I wanted to get all of the buildings that give bonuses for resting first. So let's do that. Mechanics bonus. Let's do it. Boom. Wonderful. Let's also turn the game up a little bit. God, I haven't played video games in... Well, no, that's actually not true. I have actually played some video games this week. I played some video games on my own, you know? I did not have the energy to stream. I certainly had the energy to put like half an hour in. Well, no, more than half an hour. Probably like an hour and a half on video games. I've been playing the latest... bear with me, guys, but like, I've been playing the latest Call of Duty. I've been playing it on console. Because it's just dumb fun, you know? I don't need to think about it too much. I see a bad guy, I shoot him. Haha! What a concept. Raid. I recently raided the fridge. Can we celebrate my victory? Of course we can. What did you return with? What spoils did you return with, Hax? Weirdly, Welsh numbers 16 to 19 can be translated as 15 and 1, 15 and 2. Josh, where I'm from, that's exactly how it works. Although I don't remember if it's 15 and 1 or if it's or if we go up to 20 and then add from there. I think it's 15. I think it's 15 and then, like you say, 15 and then 1 for 16. 15 and then 2 for 17. It's because of, I believe the origins are from counting sheep, funnily enough. I don't know how that works, but the origins come from separating sheep into groups of 15. I don't know. I'm not even joking. As far as I'm aware, that is where, you know, that rule comes from. And since the languages, or since the Welsh language and the dialect where I'm from are related, I would assume that maybe that's the same for the origins of the, well, they have shared origins, so both their origins, I suppose. I managed to obtain an egg and moldy cheese. Now, by moldy cheese, do you mean blue cheese or do you mean some cheese that developed a little bit of mold on it? Either way, it's probably absolutely fine. I'm fairly certain that moldy cheese from your fridge is totally safe to eat because any mold that grows on it is probably not harmful. I'm fairly certain I specifically heard that rule from a doctor. So, you know, as long as it's not like absolutely covered in mold. If it's riddled, then it might be harmful. But I don't believe that there's too many harmful types of mold that grow on cheese when it's left refrigerated. Cheese was black. I ate it. I am now blind. Black cheese? Is that a thing? Black cheese. So it wasn't blue cheese, it was black cheese. Wow, what we were. I hear little jingling noises. It's also still not quite loud enough, so let's turn it up some more. Let's make sure the music's a little bit lower, though, because the music has a habit of being just insanely loud. Okay. Wunderbar. You're doing a very good job of, typing now that you've lost your eyesight. Hax, I have to commend you. You know, not only congratulations on obtaining the egg and moldy cheese. What type of egg? Was it like a hard-boiled egg? Either way, I commend you on both the returning with nourishment, but also on typing so well after losing your eyesight. Blue cheese only uses a certain type of mold. The black mold can be quite toxic. I've never seen black mold on cheese, though. Like, I've seen a little bit of white and blue mold, but like I say, that stuff's like not really harmful, I don't think. From an area known in Wales as oh god, trying to get me to pronounce Welsh words is going to be disgustingly bad. Irhen Ogledd, the Old North. The Old North? Let me look it up, because I've never heard where I'm from referred to as that. But it could be. Yes. Yeah, it is. Or it has been referred to. I believe it was part of that region at one point. Although, yeah, we're talking 1,000 years ago. The people called themselves Simri, meaning fellow countrymen, a word remembered today in the modern name. Ding dang dang. But yeah, the Old North. You are correct. I've just stumbled across a gold mine of... across an absolute gold mine of historical texts that seem to reference the Old North, which I had never heard of. Oh, Cass, I heard about something really gross. May I share it with you? Jesus Christ. I mean, at least you asked for my go-ahead before you did. And you know what? Even though it's really gross. Oh, it's pronounced Cymru? Oh, I did not know that. I thought it was Simri. Never mind, Cymru. Okay. Hacks, just because you asked politely, go right ahead, mate. Go right ahead. Normally, if someone just decided to share something really gross, I'd be kind of, like, put off. But, no, you go right ahead. We encourage sharing gross stuff. Do we? Do we really? Why is cum not a filtered word? That's a very good point. Twitch, get your shit together. They filter Chinese. Or they did. Oh shit. What's this? Troll. Shit. Okay, troll in the dungeon. They filter Chinese as a poll answer. They do not filter cum in chat. It's okay, guys. You don't need to say cum anymore. You can just write cum, apparently. Oh, fecal transplant? I've heard of fecal transplants. Oh boy, yeah. Like when you've got really like no good bacteria in your anus, so you have to have some fecal bits put into your anus from somebody else's anus. Do you want to see the centaur? No. Nope. I have no desire to ever see that cursed thing again. No. Oh my god, I feel like every time I play, I forget how to play. Right, okay, you're going to do that. You are going to do interdiction. We're going to put it about there in the hopes that maybe there's some guys behind him that we haven't seen yet. I don't know, maybe. Probably want to rest sometime soon as well. Starting to run a little bit low on spell slots. Ooh, only 31% chance to blind. Let's try mental binding. Much better. Okay. Fecal transplant is actually an awesome discovery, says Voices. It shows the relation between gut bacteria and brain. Fecal transplant is mostly used in the northern countries, and it can combat some types of autism and similar afflictions. See, I have heard that specifically gut health has a lot to do with, like, mental health and the like, but I did not know that fecal transplants specifically had, you know, shown the relationship between the gut and the brain. But yeah, that is crazy. But I feel as though people have been saying for years that your gut health has a lot to do with, because like you can get, for instance, geez, let me think. So I went to see like a gut specialist, maybe like 10 months ago now, because I get pretty fucking upset tum-tums. Tum-tums? A pretty upset tum-tum, should I say, singular, from time to time. Fairly often, actually. And the reason that he said I get it is basically just stress. Like, stress can really fuck with your stomach. Gut health affects the chemical balance and can even drastically affect your disposition. Some people are angry all the time due to gut bacteria. Ding dong dong. So poor diet can make you a cranky asshole. Holy shit.
Hey, lava will be on seek.
There do not appear to be any other enemies. Just this one solo troll. So, what were you doing in here? Oh, you know what I should do, guys? While I think on, I should go ahead and switch from just chatting to Pillars of Eternity. Otherwise, I'll be streaming and just chatting for an entire stream like last time. Or the time before last. Even some forms of depression can be improved with such a procedure. I mean, it's the same sort of things that I feel that you hear more and more these days. For instance, you know, eating a balanced diet, eating a diet that is of value to your body, as opposed to what everyone else says is, you know, necessarily healthy. Sometimes the healthy things are not good for you. But eating a diet which is good for your body, and obviously exercising, are great ways of combating mental health problems. Might not work 100%, but certainly can't hurt, right? It's always going to have some improvement, even if it's only minor.
That's it.
God. Now Hax has mentioned egg. I could kind of go for a pickled egg right now. A pickled egg would be really fucking good. Fucking vinegary, delicious egg. Alas, it is not meant to be. I do not have any pickled eggs. Never mind. I'll just cry myself to sleep and dream of eggs. I think we're going to have to rest really soon, I think, because my spells are really disappearing quick. How does one pickle an egg? Wait, Axe, have you never had a pickled egg? Oh, okay. So, imagine you're pickling, like, cucumber to make gherkins, or you're pickling, like, onion. Could you not just eat an egg and a pickle at the same time? I could, but it wouldn't be the same. It would not be the same. It's not the same experience. It is not the same experience. Basically, you just do exactly what you do if you are to pickle an onion. Just do the exact same thing. A jar filled with vinegar. Bang the hard-boiled eggs in there. It's delightful. You know, there's always that one bar that you go to in the night that has a jar of pickled eggs, and there's just one last pickled egg in there. And at the time, you think, amazing, what luck. I get the last pickled egg. And then you realize that, you know, this is after eating it, you realize that jar has probably been sat on the side open for months and months and months. And then the next, you know, not even the next morning, often, like an hour later, you get those tum-tum pains. You get those pains in your tum-tum, and you know you should not have eaten that pickled egg. You should not have eaten it. There was the reason that there was no health and safety score on that establishment. You just found it. You drink the vinegar, right? I mean, you don't. Listen. So this is a popular. Well, it's not really a celebration, but it's kind of like it's a thing. Okay, in the north, whoever eats the last pickle, whether it be a pickled egg, a pickled onion, a pickled jalapeno, for instance. Boy, let's not go over pickled jalapenos. Whoever finishes the pickles gets to drink the vinegar. But you've got to be the one that finishes. You're not allowed to have a pickled egg, and then there's like 9 left in there, and then you have a little sip. That's not allowed. That's filthy. It's not allowed. But if you are the fortunate one who is you know, able to finish the last pickle in the jar, you get to drink. While the Welsh word for Wales, Cymru, means fellows or brethren, the English word for Wales comes from... it would originally have been W-A-E-L-A-S, Wallace, or Welles. I think it was Wallace it was pronounced, from stranger or foreigner. Interesting how those differences are sort of present. Although it does make sense, because for long enough the Welsh were seen as a totally different people. But I mean, it does make sense in a way, because obviously Saxons came over, and then obviously, well, established the Anglo-Saxon sort of culture. And at that time, the Welsh were still very much like early Celtic people, I suppose, or Brittonic. Gets to, yeah, voices. You get to drink the vinegar. A nice cup of warm vinegar for voices. Voices, you have not experienced the pleasure of finishing the last pickle and being invited by the chief pickler to drink the vinegar. I can't keep a straight face. The fucking chief pickler. He has 2 jars that he wears on his hands. He has a hooded robe, and as soon as that last pickle is eaten, he appears.
Oh, my child, you may drink the vinegar.
Indeed, I will drink the vinegar. Thank you, Chief Pickle. Okay, so we got some troll skin. Scout mode. Boom. I still hear the jingling. I don't believe that means loot. You haven't lived if you haven't tried the delicious beverage that's left in the bottom of the pickle jar. You know? Once the vinegar has been drunk, the jar can be used as phylactery. Well, it's funny you say that, because the earliest master picklers, chief picklers, the earliest examples of chief picklers did believe that upon the completion of their first suppage, as they would call it, the suppage, of course, referring to the final drinking of the jar, they did hold, like, in great reverence the first jar that they performed the suppage on. In fact, there are entire tombs in the north. You know, you can still find like barrows in the ground, where, you know, ancient chief picklers can still, you know, their collection of jars can still be found. So it's a really, guys, if you've not experienced a chief pickler's barrow, I would highly recommend it. You know, go and investigate a chief pickler's barrow. You might just find a jar of great reverence. In my country, when one has a high fever, he is rubbed with vinegar and gets to wear socks imbued with vinegar. We do not wear socks imbued with vinegar, but we do wear socks covered in Vaseline. We cover socks, like thick woolen socks, with Vaseline, and then we pull them on. And it works if you have a hangover as well. You do that, and then you wake up the next morning and you feel pretty damn good. Or at least better than you would. This is the root of my dislike for vinegar, childhood trauma. But I really like pickled vegetables. Pickles in general are just fantastic. Just fantastic. The vinegar is so good. It is rumoured that pickled eggs are in fact failed lychees. Really? What? Oh, jeez. Oh, wait. This is, oh. Back in we go. We do not want to let them know that we've been in the ruins. No. Oh, boy. So, yeah, I need to rest. I do need to rest. I'm going to explore a tiny little bit more, and then we're going to take a rest. So yeah, I actually have like a free weekend this week. So tomorrow I am going to be spending the day with family, and we're going to be eating good food and drinking good drink. And then, you know, at some point I'll just pass out, go to sleep, and then that'll be my day. Did I read liches as lychee? Oh my god, that might have been why I was somewhat confused by the idea of That's probably why I had a somewhat confused look on my face, as if to say, like, oh really? That's an interesting fact. Oh jeez, but liches makes much more sense. Quick save as well. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so that's tomorrow, and then Sunday's plan. Me and a buddy are gonna go hiking. I think. Just set off in the morning, and then probably hike the full day. Stop somewhere, little camping stove, make some food, eat that, continue hiking. Probably get back hopefully before it gets too dark out. And then that will be my weekend, and then next week will just be hopefully a little bit easier than the past week or two. But we'll see. Aren't you tired from all the work? I'm not exhausted, but I'm pretty tired. But today was a bit of an earlier finish, so that was good. That was good. Hiking can be really hard on one's body. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty rugged terrain where I live, but I don't know. I enjoy it. I enjoy the hiking. It's not too bad. Put it this way: if I'm managing to do like to like work out, we're going through a bulk period, guys. A bulking period. Maybe the bulking period will never end. But if I can manage to work out and then do the job as well, then I think hiking should be, if anything, just a nice little change. It's not too rigorous. Wonderful. Plus, there is nothing better in my mind. Oh, holy shit. Black oozes. Let's go ahead and take a rest right now before we deal with those. There is nothing better in my mind than the feeling of being up on one of the mountains, hiking, when it is in winter, and you breathe out and you see your air, you see your breath because it's so cold, but then when you breathe in, you feel that really crisp, cold air. It's fantastic. Makes you feel alive. Okay, we're all good there. I finally started a workout regimen to help me get rid of the extra half of my weight. I had to do 100 push-ups in 10 minutes, managed to do 51 in 20 minutes and just crashed.
Well.
You'll get there. You will get there,
voices.
voices. Oh god, Kanar's asking me questions. Let's ignore Kanar for a minute. But yeah, no, you'll definitely get there. Like, I kind of ditched the, I was doing, well, it was basically like you work out, but then the challenge was to also do 100 curls each day. But I've kind of ditched that in favor of heavier training, or heavier weight training, should I say. But that number will 100% rise. In fact, it's such like a, I don't know. Personally, I always feel watching the number rise, like for instance, you're saying, 51 in 20 minutes and just crashed. Watching that number rise over like weeks or even months is like just like a nice feeling. It's something to be really proud of, I think. Like honestly, I find that trying to, it's like there's a lot of pride to be found in both improving your physical wellness, but also like your mental wellness. Those two things definitely go hand in hand, I think. But then on top of that, also like your, I don't know, I say mental wellness, but then on top of that, there's the idea of like learning new things as well, obviously, which I wouldn't say is mental wellness. It's more just like education. But those are sort of the three focuses I think that people should be very proud of in life. I don't go hiking anymore. Always end up in Skyrim. That's the fucking worst. 1 minute, you're taking a left turn at Albuquerque, and the next minute you're in fucking Skyrim. Like, who wants to go to Skyrim these days? We all want to go to Hammerfell. Am I right? Yeah, I know I'm right. Or is it High Rock? Is it Hammerfell or High Rock the next game's set in? It might be High Rock. So you're a newcomer to Deerwood as well, Kessler. What do you make of it so far? Oh boy, there seems to be trouble brewing. That seems to be a constant in these parts. If it isn't trouble with the Glenfaffins, it's trouble amongst the Deerwoodens themselves. I find it strange that a people surrounded by enemies should tear at each other so. Yikes. They're a rather refreshing bunch otherwise, I think. I've whiled away an hour or two talking to the regulars in one tavern or another, and everyone from the merchant to the servant has an opinion to share. Of course they do. They're an opinionated people, obviously. I've been taught that the most important thing is to create a routine. It doesn't matter what exercises you do. No, yeah, I'm obviously going to continue what you're saying, but I 100% agree with that sentiment. As long as you have a routine that you stick to, there is a lot of pride to be found in and it's not even about pride. It's also kind of just like a general sense of well-being. But there's a lot of that to be found in just like, it doesn't matter how much weight you're lifting, it doesn't matter how much of a workout you're doing, it doesn't matter how far you're running or whatever it is you're doing, how far you're hiking. It doesn't matter. As long as you've got a routine and you stick to it, that's something to be proud of because it takes dedication. And at the end of the day, anything can come with dedication. It's It's one thing to go ahead and lift like really heavy weights one week and then be like, okay, I'm done. I'm proud of myself because I did it for 1 week. It's the dedication that actually matters. The first step is to get used to doing it every day, even for 5 minutes. Later on, you can build on that. I think it definitely depends on like what you're doing. Like for instance, if like I wouldn't train with weights every day for obvious reasons, but like just like having a routine and sticking to it. But I have to say that is hard. Yeah, setting routines is definitely hard. I think it takes. I think they say it takes like 60 days, right? I think they say it takes 30 days to break a bad habit, but 60 days. No, it might be the other way around. It's either it takes 30 days to break a bad habit, but 60 days to form a new one. I think it's the other way around. I think it takes 30 days to form a habit, but it takes 60 days to break a bad one. My routine is comfort eat until the pain goes away, or I kick the bucket. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I've been there. I've definitely been there, Hacks. I feel you there. I feel you there. Like as of late, I mean, it's kind of the same every winter, but like especially as of late, I've definitely been. Well, my appetite's up massively. Like I'm probably eating like 1.5 times. Well, an extra half of what I would normally eat on top of what I would normally eat. Should I say so? Like 1.5 times what I eat normally, just as a result of like bulking, but also just like how much your appetite actually goes up just from working out more. But then on top of that, I'm fairly positive I'm doing a little bit of comfort eating, or as I would say, eating my feelings. I think that's a fairly common phrase, right? Eating your feelings. With me, it's more when I'm stressed rather than anything else. Like when I'm sad, I don't think I really. Oh wait, I think we missed something back there. We also do need to go and get rid of the users up there. When I'm sad, I don't think I really eat. I'm not a sad eater, you know. Like I don't eat when I'm sad. If anything, I stop eating when I'm sad. But when I'm stressed, that's when I eat. That's when I snack. Like I am definitely one of those. Like I remember, this is a terrible example, but like I don't know, it might be a relatable one for some people. I remember when I used to like host D&D sessions on the reg. I would both drink and eat during the sessions. And when I say drink, I don't mean like I would get wasted during a session, because that's a terrible idea and it just spoils the game. But I would have like, I don't know, like maybe a glass of whiskey, but then I'd have like a mixer with it, so that it would last longer. So I'd have like a whiskey and cola or a rum and cola, and then I'd have like some sort of snacks nearby to keep like the blood sugar going. Decided to give up energy drinks for the new year. Want to get in shape. I've been depressed so long and it's taking its toll. I'm very unhealthy. Hacks. Simply remember this, mate. No matter what state you feel like you're in right now, you can change it and you will change it as long as you build the dedication. You know, like you can make changes. And if you're feeling shitty right now, I can promise you that like that is not always going to be so. That is like the one concrete thing that I think I've came to realize, you know, especially as of late. Like I at the end of the day, I don't want to come on stream and like talk about my like my problems and how I'm like if I'm feeling negative or anything like that, because I don't think it's constructive, and I'm not here to talk about that sort of thing on the internet. However, I can say that, like, you know, I've been having a shitty time of it as of late. It's been stressful, it's been shitty, it's been sad, it's been depressing, all those things. But the thing that's kind of kept me moving, as it were, is just the simple fact that no matter how shitty things are now, I can change it for the better. You know, I can, like, I have the power to be able to put the time in to get into better shape, to work on myself and improve who I am as an individual, but also to try and steer the other aspects of my life into like a positive direction, I suppose, you know. And you can do the same. You can do the same. So even if things are like shitty right now, they will. I'm 100% certain they will get better. But at the same time, I do like to, well, not like to, but I do also think that life, like, it feels like you're never on cloud nine, you know what I mean? Like, you're never going to be, like, absolutely ecstatic and overjoyed and happy with life 24/7. But those are the moments that, like, the sort of short moments that we sort of live for, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. It's okay to be, like, totally average as far as, like, your mood and your life goes, as long as, like, you do have times where you're like, this is fucking great. This is a great time, you know? Even if it's, like, really short term. For me, it's smoking. When I'm stressed, it helps me calm down, but I realize that, at least for me, it's not the nicotine that does anything but the psychological component. See, I've not smoked, so I can't attest to that, but, like, I've got so many friends that smoke. Like, playing in bands and stuff when especially when I was younger, like, I had a lot of smokers around me, so I inhaled a lot of secondhand smoking, or secondhand smoke, should I say. But I can't attest to that. But, like, I have done my, like, I've done my share of, like, binge drinking in the past, like, definitely. And for me, it was never, like, that's the only thing I can think to relate it to. It was never about the, I suppose in a way it was probably different, because it wasn't about the drink itself, it was about the feeling, I suppose, or the lack thereof of a feeling. Sugar addiction is tough. Sugar addiction is tough. The first day / week are the hardest, but afterwards it gets progressively better. It's even worse when, you know, for instance, with energy drinks, it's even worse when you realize it's not just sugar, it's also the caffeine element as well. 100% Axe. It's a good goal to have. Definitely a positive one. But yeah, no, like, the way I think about it, I think the best advice that anyone can give is to, like, don't try to just cut loads of stuff out at the same time. Like cut one thing out at a time, and, like, you know, maybe you do a month where it's like, I'm not drinking this shit anymore, and then, like, a month afterwards you're like, okay, I'm gonna start doing this thing as well, and it's just, like, it's slow progress, but it's, like, it's worthwhile. That's what I mean when I say that about the dedication aspect of it. You know, it takes time. There's an argument to be made that if one's happy 24/7, is he really happy? You can't have happiness without suffering. Oh no, you definitely can't have happiness without suffering. I think that you need the suffering in order to paint sort of perspective as to how you're actually feeling. Like, if you're not unhappy, how do you know you're really happy? There are definitely people who have a really high mood level all the time, and that's just their normal mood level. But yeah, my motivation is the same. My son, keep up the good work and don't give up, even if it's really hard. It will get better. 100%. I forget where I heard the phrase or the saying. I suppose it's more of a motto. I don't know. It's probably therapy or something like that years ago. But the whole sentiment of this too shall pass. 100%. No matter how shitty things are, it will pass. It will get better. It takes, you know, a lot of effort on the individual's part, but, like I say, with dedication, it is possible. Wait, where's he at? Oh no, he's getting spat on or something. Okay. Yeah, like, I've definitely had periods where I'm not, you know, I'm not well, and it feels like it's the end of the world. It's like the toughest situation to be in, because it's like there are some times in life where you don't even feel like you have a solid foundation to build. You fucking bitch. There are times in life where it doesn't even feel like you've got a solid foundation to build upon. And in those sort of moments, it's very easy to just get overwhelmed with absolutely everything. I think the best sort of thing to do in those situations is take a step back, breathe for a minute, and make a plan. It doesn't even have to be like an amazing plan. Like, personally, I feel like every time I've gotten into that sort of situation, because it's happened multiple times, and I'm sure it will happen many more times, you know, it's like, I think for some people, the modern style of life is more difficult to adjust to than others, you know? Like personally, I love modern life. I love the technological advancements that we've made. I love the the advancements in medicine that we've made. But at the same time, there is a part of me that's like, oh my god,
As requested.
if life was just simpler and I could go live in a log cabin somewhere and I could hunt my own food and fish for my own food and do all that shit, and I lived in a world where that knowledge was readily passed down through the generations, so you're in a situation where you can do that sort of thing, then that would be so nice, because it would just be simpler. But obviously, like, that isn't the case. But yeah, it's just there's always stuff in life that can fucking trip you up and just make you feel like you don't have a foundation to build upon. But like I say, coming up with a plan, and more often than not, when I'm in that sort of state where like I can't process the world around me, like everything's just too much, the sort of things that I fall back on in regards to a plan tends to be stuff like, okay, today you're going to make sure that the place that you're living is clean. You're going to clean it. You're going to tidy. You're going to do things that are productive, maybe a little bit menial, but positive. You're going to tidy up, go tidy the bathroom, go tidy the kitchen, clean the pots, go do laundry, go tidy your room, go make sure that you're living in a neat environment, because nothing will get you down more subconsciously than living like a slob and then looking around and being like, oh boy, I don't feel good about myself because of the quality of life that I'm giving myself, The thing that I find truly weird is that for me, I'm not saying it's a universal rule, but quitting smoking is less intense than quitting Coke is in Coca-Cola. I've never had a craving for a cigarette, as I've had many times for a glass of Coke. I don't think, like, I've got a can of cola, zero sugar tropical blast pineapple and grapefruit lemonade sort of style thing. I've got a can of cola on the side here with me. Sugar addiction's tough, and I do genuinely think that sugar addiction is just as serious as so many like what are considered to be serious addictions. It's just as serious. Like it maybe isn't as damaging in the grand scheme of things, but well, no, it probably is to some extent. It's just less publicized. But for me personally, I would say that, I don't know if this is the right way to phrase it, but I would say that I have less of a chemical involvement when it comes to addictive things in my life, and more of a habitual addictive personality, if that makes sense. So for instance, like kind of sugary drink right here. This is like the third sugary drink I've had this week. I feel like I could probably stop drinking them, and probably will do in the new year once I, like I say, making slow changes to my habits that will affect, like, positively. But like ditching the sugary drinks, that probably won't be as difficult for me as, for instance, like when I was at like my peak of like binge drinking when I was younger, and would just like take any excuse to go out with friends and get drunk. It is definitely more easy for me to ditch something like sugar, which I would say is more of a chemical addiction, than as opposed to the habitual addiction of like going out and drinking. I personally feel like the sort of opposite for me, which is just like you say, like it's not a universal rule by any means. But yeah, that's my experience with it. But I can understand like where you're coming from in regards to like, cigarettes were easier to ditch for you than like cola or Coke or whatever. A tone sin is Selby is coming. Oh, is the role playing session on WoW over? Was it a role playing session, or did we decide it was a raid? Selby is coming, quick, hide the gravy. I always keep my gravy out of sight. I can't let you naughty people on the internet see my gravy stash. Hello, Selby. Good day. Good evening. Oi, Selby, it's Tuesday, innit, bruv? I came into some heavy life advice, so I scrolled up to figure out what was going on, and I just saw fecal transplant. Yeah, I'm trying to convince everyone to get a fecal transplant. It's really good for you. It'll change your life. I have a bad feeling about this. A dark presence appeared. I may have started playing Dragonflight with my boyfriend. What's it like? Like, there's no way I'm getting back into WoW. I can't deal with that in my life at the minute. But I'm still curious as to like what it actually is like, if it's any good. Have we completed another building? Oh shit! Husk of the Great Western Stag. What makes this so? Ooh, +2 to perception and athletics. I think I'm gonna buy it regardless of if it's gonna be useful on someone, purely because we've got the copper to spend. Boom, boom. Okay, how far are we off the building? Full day in a bit. Shit. Right, okay. This looks like a no-no room that might be filled with deadly things that want to eat me. And this looks like a no-no corridor. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch the baby by its toe. If it cries, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, we're going this way. I can't get back into WoW. I used to neglect sleep just to keep grinding. I wasn't even good at the game. Yeah, no, I was always pretty casual, but it does turn into a time sink. It's been pretty decent so far. I think they've added some more complexity to certain things as opposed to, oh, that's a positive change. Like, I feel like everything after Wrath of the Lich King was just like, let's simplify it and dumb it down as much as we can. I never liked WoW as a game anyway, it's just for the community. My boyfriend wanted to try it because his friends are, and I like having a game to play with him because we generally have different tastes otherwise. Well, that's nice. That's a nice little thing to have. What are these? Oh, I don't like the look of them. Oh, can we just go home? Can we just go back to Cadnua and retire? Can't wait to try Ashes of Creation. Yeah, me too, actually. Ashes of Creation will probably be like the only MMO that I actually decide to dive back into, or dive into, should I say? Like, I don't think I'm gonna be a. I can't see my future containing much MMO content. I really do not have any desire to play MMOs. They're just too much of a time sink at this point for me. He plays Black Desert Online, and I don't want to play that with him. Grindy Korean pay to win stuff. I feel like a lot of that's to do with the mentality, right? Like the pay to win. Like they would rather, like they have less time to play the game, so they'd rather spend money on it. Like I think it's a cultural thing. I think I've heard a few people like discuss that online, or that concept online. Okay, so if you try and take one of them down, I will go for the other one. Kanai, you can pick whichever you want to go for. I will put that there. We will have you do something powerful and good and exciting, please. Let's try and blind one of them. Might not work. We'll try it. But yeah, I've actually got a few new little gamey games this week, which I've had like next to no time to play. I've played a little bit. I got like I played a little bit of the new Call of Duty, which like I'm not a big FPS guy. I used to be when I was younger, but not so much anymore. I generally tend to kind of look down on Call of Duty in all honesty, but I've been having fun with it so far. I've put like an hour and a half in, maybe more. And I got myself Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I'm looking forward to playing at some point. I might even play it on stream. Who knows? And then I'm waiting for Darktide to release on consoles because I'm wanting to play that, but I want to play it on console. I don't want to play it on PC. But yeah, Korean waifu simulator. Ew, Kes playing these normie games. Yeah, I mean, I have less time to play, so sometimes I just like playing games that are just like dumb FPSs, you know. Okay, yes. I think we're good. Let's try this. Oh my god, there's more of them. Oh wait, no, just one more. Okay, we're okay so far. We're doing okay. Oh good. This is going fine. Okay, it turns out these guys are not something to be worried about. I thought they were going to be just absolutely vicious. COD single player and zombies is good fun. Multiplayer makes me a very angry boy. Yeah, I tried a little bit of the multiplayer, and I think my KD ended up as a perfect 1, which is definitely not a bad thing, you know. It could have went negative, in which case that's honestly the way I thought it was going to go. But yeah, I mostly got it for the single player. I've been really enjoying the what I've played of the single player so far. It's like playing an action movie, you know, like just a dumb old action movie, and it's kind of fun. I do agree though, zombies was a lot of fun. Tarkov is nice but really tough. I feel like Tarkov, to me, Tarkov wouldn't have the same sort of feeling as like a Call of Duty game, purely because I feel like Tarkov is more hardcore, you know? Like there's more to it. It's more of a complex game. Like it's not like, whereas with Call of Duty I can just put on a single player mission and be like, ha ha ha, dum shoot time, you know? Whereas with Tarkov, it's like you've got to think about what you're doing and actually be careful. You know, you can't just run out spraying and praying. I have the perfect KD. 0.69. Ooh. Indeed. But yeah, I think I'm probably more excited about Tiny Animat. A new pet. Sura's supper plate. I'm probably more excited about Valhalla, honestly. Like I saw a lot of bad things about it last year, and that kind of turned me away from ever trying it. But I just kind of figured, you know, I haven't really treated myself to anything in a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and get myself a couple games, and those will probably do me for months and months and months. So I'm looking forward to diving into that. I just really hope that it's not. It could be painful. I don't mind it when things aren't like, oh, is that a troll or is that something bigger? Oh no, it's a troll. I don't mind it when things aren't like totally historically accurate, but I do like to have some sense of like reality within those sorts of games. Selby says, oh yeah, I passed my driving theory the other day. First time, praise me. Congratulations, Selby. Congratulations. How long do you think it's going to be before you you go for your practical test? Because normally they recommend getting the theory out of the way pretty early on and then just focusing on practice until you do the practical, right? Please shower Selby with all the praise. I misread that first time, and I thought you were just telling Selby to go take a shower. The reality was so much different. It was just a nice moment of trying to congratulate someone else in chat. I'll probably wait until after Christmas. I think that's probably for the best, right? Like, I don't know. I would hate to have done my practical when it's like still frosty on the roads. I've been advised to just smash a load of lessons out in a row and do the test. What do you mean, like doing an intensive shit? What do they call it? Like an intense course? I think that's the official phrasing, right? Like an intense course. But yeah, I mean, if that works for you, then that works. But I remember when I did mine, I did it over like I did it over quite a long time. But that was because I was studying, but I was also working at the same time, so it was difficult to get it all in there. Driving theory is the written test. Yes, driving theory is the theoretical side of it. Don't drive in the EU. Crash course or something? Yeah, it might be called crash course or something like that. Could go to driving school / camp or whatever they call it. I think that's probably the sort of place that they do like the crash courses. But yeah, for me, I just went with an instructor and did it the old-fashioned way, I suppose. And sort of had to stick to like one lesson a week. God, that was a long time ago. Okay. I don't actually know. I'm going to try and pay attention to Knockdown this time and see if it actually has a decent chance of succeeding on trolls. For the life of me, I do not remember. Okay, so for the first time since starting this game, I actually got a good look at the troll's face then, as it froze. It looks a lot, the trolls look a lot like Eddie the Ed from the Iron Maiden mascot, you know? Iron Maiden, that metal band. I have no idea if that's like common knowledge or not. I don't even want to drive, but my boyfriend keeps refusing to take me to get snacks. Wait, so your only reason for learning to drive is so you can go and get snacks? Oh, jeez. Fucking hell. Oh, what are these? Corrupted druids. Corrupted? What were you corrupted by? Were you corrupted by heavy metal? Did Eddie the Ed introduce you to the wonderful band that is Iron Maiden? Did you listen to Can I Play With Madness and it drove you mad? Did you hear The Trooper and it made you want to go and join the corrupted army of the trolls? Maybe? Possibly? Did you hear Seventh Son of a Seventh Son and it kind of made you question reality itself? I can keep going with the references. I know nobody's going to get them most likely, but I can keep going. So your car would literally be the snack-mobile, says Hacks. I kind of like the snack wagon. Or I mean like, oh geez. Selby, what do you think of cheese? Like, do you have a strong love of cheese? Because if you do, then we can go ahead and call it the cheddar wagon, which just sounds amazing. Just keep in mind that driving IRL is not exactly like in GTA. Jeez. You know, I once dated a girl that when she would play Grand Theft Auto, not that she would play Grand Theft Auto all that much, but when she played like Grand Theft Auto at my house, she she would fucking try and follow the traffic like an actual person. It was the most painful shit I've ever witnessed. Like stopping at traffic lights, letting pedestrians cross in front of you. There was no carnage or anything. She would calmly drive to like she would calmly drive to like a mission, and then the mission would be like, she would like calmly get out of a car, walk to the mission, and then the mission would be like, okay, kill and annihilate everybody in this area. And then she would calmly drive to the area, get out, and then hell would break loose. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. I wonder if she's still playing GTA like an absolute psychopath. Those are the people you've got to worry about. The people that play Grand Theft Auto and try to be a civilized human being in the game. I don't trust those people. Those people are no bueno for me, okay? I get the feeling these guys might be kind of tricksy. Because they are going to be spellcasters, right?
That's it!
Or not. Although Alof did take a bit of a beating there. I do quite like cheddar. Mostly cheese on toast. I actually had cheese on toast for tea tonight. Cheese on toast. Wonderful. It was like a fancy cheddar as well. It came in wax. It was wrapped in wax. It was so oily though. I mean, that's generally a sign that you're eating like reasonably well-aged cheese. If it drips with oil, you know? Like realistically, the best cheese for cheese on toast is like the really cheap, not aged plastic stuff, because it doesn't drip with oil. It doesn't taste as good, but it doesn't drip with oil. Less cleanup. Imagine getting broken up with and being told it's because you play GTA like a psychopath. I did not. You know, if I remember correctly, I actually didn't break up her. I didn't break up with her. She broke up with me. But I mean, then again, that's just another example of her being an absolute psychopath. I kid, of course. I kid. She was a perfectly reasonable person. She just didn't know how to play GTA correctly. You know, she was playing it wrong, and I did not have the heart to correct her. And and tell her or show her the error of her way. Imagine getting broken up with by someone who plays GTA like a psychopath. Yeah, I know, it fucking stung. It stung. Young Kessler was heartbroken. Wait, is this a dead end? God, take me back to the days when psychopath GTA players broke my heart. That's a long time ago. Oh, no, he did actually do it. It didn't look like he did it for a second. What are these things? These burgers. Ooh, Alof. Don't die, my boy. I still need you. Shit, this is getting pretty rough. Oh, they're stood in acid, that's why. Get out of the acid. Jesus Christ, why is that so loud? Hack says, Selby, did you know that Aaron earned an iron arm? Not this again. No. Selby, if I was you, I would totally disregard what Hax has just said, because believe me when I say, if you allow him to show you what he's alluding to, it will fucking break your mind. I almost had a mental breakdown because of how west it sent me. Just gee whiz. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I wish I had not witnessed. I wish I had not witnessed it. Hax, you've broken me. You've well and truly broken me. I did not expect to be so easily. It's like I feel as though, you know how they say that Cthulhu, like Lovecraftian monsters, have like a habit of making someone go insane? Like looking at them is just so mind-breaking that they instantly go insane. I never really understood how that was possible until I watched that, heard it. And yeah, it fucking broke me. It wasn't that bad. It was for me. It was for me.
How may I help? Riff!
These guys seem to have a real nasty habit of going from the back lines. Doesn't seem to be the case right now, though. Oh, shit, we've got an earthlight coming. Boy, oh boy, Adele, why are you doing fuck all?
That's not very helpful.
Oh, jeez. Another rest may be needed soon. I feel like you've forgotten about centaur sex. I had, and I didn't need to be reminded of it. BRB putting Lil Man to sleep. I like to think that Hax is literally putting a smaller version of himself, like literally a smaller version of himself, to sleep. Tucking himself in, giving himself a little peck on the forehead, and reading himself a bedtime story. That is an entertaining thought. In reality, it is a child. I hate to break it to you guys, but it is a child. We can't all live in a fantasy world where when someone says little man to sleep, it literally means a little version of yourself. Although a little Kessler would be kind of, I don't know, little Kessler. Little Kess. Kess Jr. Honestly, I think I would probably just go down the Django Fett route, you know? Just get a clone. It's way easier. Way easier. Oh, I kind of feel like I should be resting before I go any further. Is someone masturbating in this room? Can you guys hear that? Okay. Let's go take a rest. Maybe they'll have finished by the time we finish resting. Although we do only have two. Oh, geez, two left. What is Cass saying right now? I'm just speaking the truth. I'm speaking the true. Speaking the true. Right. So, we've got this way to go. I've cleared that. I've got that way to go, which I believe will probably just connect me back around here, right? Maybe, possibly. I missed some loot. I'll have to get that. Wasn't Lil Cass the nickname of... I do not think I have ever spoken about... In fact, I have spoken about the idea of people naming their Johnson. And I believe I actually spoke about this recently, and I said I find the idea ridiculous. So no, it's fucking not. Right. Back here we go. Oh, it's these guys again. Yeah, these guys do make weird noises in the distance. Okay. Let's try that. Let's try and blind. Actually, no, let's do mind blades. On that guy. If you go over there, I will go over to this one. Canal will go help you. And we'll see what everyone else does as well. Maybe interdiction.
Aye?
Oh shit, dank spores. Oh no, oh no. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, we're okay so far, I think. Could we try and... No, we don't have enough. Yikes. Oh boy. Right, I am gonna cast that. And then I'm going to try and take this guy. There we go. And then I'm going to go for that dank spore. Oh, no. No. Come on. There we go. Oh, boy. If I remember correctly, these dank spores have the opportunity to be able to actually turn you against your allies, right? Because they have, like, mind affecting. Adair, why are you refusing to do anything? You did this in the last combat as well. You just stood around. Adair, you're trying my patience, sir. You refused to do anything, and then you got turned against us. What fucking gives? Could we puppet master that? Let's try it. Let's try it. Do that as well.
What?
Yeah, no, of course it's immune. Gee whiz. If that didn't work, then I don't think this is going to work either. But let's give it a go. Or you could turn against us. Breathing mother, what are you doing? Just fucking shoot it, please. Oh my god, another dank sport. What have I stumbled upon here? What is this? It looks kind of like Ardra, but like not quite. Oh, Kanar's dead. Ah, fuck. This is going... this is going nowhere good. Jeez. Try and heal you. You need to actually do your job and go and fucking tank. Let's get that off. Let's try Eye Strike. Or is it Blind Strike or Eye Strike or something? Eye Strike. Let's try it. It doesn't have eyes, so I feel like it's going to be immune to it. Never mind, it's dead. Jeez, that was rough. Although, those guys do tend to be quite... Like, it can very quickly change with those guys, is what I think the first time we encountered them, someone said that. It can kind of be touch and go. What did they do that was so dank? I think they did like a real mean kickflip on a skateboard, and then from then on, they were the dank spore. You could name it Kraken. Oh my god, no. No. Jesus Christ. Right. Is this actually a thing I can interact with? Doesn't appear to be. Oh, fuck, another one. Jesus Christ. Come on, just kill it immediately. Kill it with fire. Please. There we go. Right, where's this go? Oh, there's no sign. There's no marker. I feel like I should maybe clear the rest of this out first, but... that would be the smart thing to do, right? And I am not smart. So let's go. Quick save. Oh. Could I get away with loading my quick save and then not stepping in the trap? Let's try it. Can I quickly make them move somewhere else and therefore not hit the trap? Let's just pause instantly, actually, upon load. Oh! Oh, great. Before I even told them to move. Haha! Okay. Wonderful.
As requested.
Fantastique. You can automate your party members' actions in combat. Yeah, I feel like there's not as much, like, to that as that actually implies. Like, there's not... I don't think you can, like, automate it all that much, right? Like, you can with the Tranter, but I feel like everyone else, you just basically set core behaviors. Kind of similar to Origins, Dragon Age. Oh, this looks a little bit more like the temple. I keep saying temple. It looks a little bit more like the ruins that we were in at the start of the game. Boy, oh boy. But yeah, right, so I'll go over this again. Next week, oh, there's someone up there. Next week, it looks like I'm going to have a bit of a freer schedule, so we're going to try and get in. I'm not going to promise it. I said this at the start of stream. I'm not making promises because I don't like letting people down. But we're going to aim to get 3 streams in next week. Maybe even 4. Maybe even 4. But they're going to be evening streams because work. And honestly, I might do like one with pillars, one with boulders, and then the other 2, I might just play something totally random. Something a bit more chilled out, you know? If my brain is particularly fried after a long day, maybe I'll play some City Skylines or something. Origins customization was pretty great, I thought. Am I just like misremembering it? I feel as though... Could you set triggers? Could you like set behavioral triggers in Origins? Or was it not more like it is here where... Let me see. Oh no, I think I'm thinking of 2. Was 2 somewhat simplified compared to Origins? I think maybe that's what I'm thinking of. And then I think, if I remember right, Inquisition got a little bit more advanced again. In regards to, like, you could set behavioral triggers. So, like, if your health drops below this amount, you use a healing potion. If you have this much mana, then you cast this thing. I think, maybe. Although that could have been a mod. You could set, like, cast heal on party member when they are... Oh, yeah, never mind then. Yes, that is not what... I am misremembering. It's much better than what I was indicating then. do a little sneaky sneak in here. Ooh.
What's this?
You son of a bitch. How do you only see it when you're like mere centimeters from it? Is your perception that bad? Must be. So it looks like... Oh, another one. It looks like Baal is in here then, right? This is a temple of Baal. Oh, shit, Phantom. Boy, oh boy. Ooh. I was aiming to do like a kind of, well, a little bit of a longer stream tonight. And do some boulders as well. I don't think I'm going to make it, guys. I don't think I'm going to make it. I'm probably going to go for another like 2 hours. And then I'm going to have to head off. Because I'm fucking exhausted. But like I say, next week we're going to aim to do like more streams. Even if it's just like 4 hours long. 3-4 hours. Like it has been for the past 2 weeks. We're going to try and do some more. Inquisition was pretty bare bones. I feel like Inquisition had that sort of thing in there as well, right? Like the whole like when you drop below such and such amount of hit points, you can have them heal automatically. There's a mod for Origins that expands the triggers list. It improves the AI a lot. Huh. Origins, like, I mean, I've said this before, but like Dragon Age is one of those games that or one of those IPs that I kind of do want to play on stream at some point, but the chances are it's going to be so far down the line. Maybe we'll do it on the lead up to like Dreadwolf coming out or something. You could make them take a potion at a certain percentage or something, but it was literally only that. Shit. It's not as good as I thought then. Oh. Oh. He was kind of squishy. Oh shit. That was the wrong boot on. Oh, and these guys are kind of pushovers as well, right? But there's probably more than just the one in that room. I think next week we're probably gonna try and start streams earlier as well. Like maybe like an hour earlier. Start at 6 PM or something. Oh boy. Lucky those phantoms are kind of pushovers, right? Because that's quite a lot of them. 6 would be great. Have you guys seen the new Netflix series Wednesday? I haven't, Voices. What's that about? Like, what sort of genre is it? If enemy type equals Karen, use skill Hands of Justice. No, you don't want to use Hands of Justice. You want to use it's a really rare skill that's not, well, not many people actually level into it, but it's handoff to manager. You just hand her off to the manager. I like the later streams because it's not during my work hours, but the 7 PM ones I struggle. Yeah, that's kind of like one of the issues that I have with 7 PM. It's just like at this point, like before the job, like before this job, it was not as bad because it was not as tiring, but like these days, yes, I am indeed tired. Like realistically, by like 9 PM, I'm kind of like getting ready to go to bed. Oh shit, yeah, the Addams Family one. Fuck yeah. Diz actually mentioned it last week. I have not seen it yet. I have not seen it. Haven't seen Wednesday, says Hacks. Is it any good? So it's Wednesday from the Addams Family. It's a Tim Burton series. Oh, is it actually Tim Burton that worked on it? I didn't realize he was working on it. It's not horror and gory, but it's dark and funny. Yeah, it's kind of like the the original Tim Burton movie, right? That sort of humor. It's like a little bit dark, like dark comedy. There we go. But yeah, like I said, I've been watching Hugh Laurie in Avenue 5, which I've been having. I mean, I finished the first season. I think the second season only came out recently. But I'm gonna move on to that soonish. I tried watching the latest Batman movie with Robert Pattinson. I honestly thought he was an okay Batman. I had nothing against him in the movie. But I kind of thought that the movie was just like... The thing with superhero movies is that I'm sick of seeing the origin story over and over and over, and I think a lot of people maybe think that way. Like, I think that's maybe like a general sentiment, that like we're sick of seeing just origin stories redone over and over and over. But this had the total opposite problem, where it wasn't an origin story. It picked up as if Batman was just an existing character in the world that we were all aware of. But then rather than introducing characters gradually, it felt like there were just so many different fucking characters in the movie that I was like, fucking hell, I don't know anything about any of this movie's versions of these characters, because they're all just here all of a sudden. It gave you Corpse Bride vibes. Oh god, it's been... I don't even know if I've seen Corpse Bride. Like, I definitely have. I definitely watched it when I was younger. But I can't for the life of me remember, like, what actually happens in Corpse Bride. It's the only series of this year that I just had to binge watch until the end. Oh, so you really enjoyed it then? Can I call him Tim Bourbon instead? Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. You have to buy him a drink at the bar first, though, right? Oh, hello. Oh, will-o-wisps. These guys are notoriously little bastards, aren't they? Let's hope that they're not little bastards in this game. They might be. Oh, boy. Oh, you've confused my canal and made him attack me. Great. Holy shit. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Corpse Bride is quite deep. I've seen it again as an adult, and it was a different experience. I like Tim Burton stuff. Yeah, I think he generally makes pretty interesting movies that have like a sort of, I mean, like you say, deeper meanings to them. I can't say that I've went back and revisited any of his stuff, though. If you want a different take on Batman, check out the series on Spotify. It's audio only, but definitely different. An audio only Batman series? Okay, that's piqued my curiosity. How is it audio only? Is it basically like... Is it like basically a reading of comic book? How does that work? Definitely sounds interesting. As of late, I've been listening to way more music because that's kind of like one of the few things that I have time for at the minute. So I'm actually listening to music again, which I didn't for long enough. Like a D&D. Yeah, I suppose it could be like that, like a D&D game podcast, like High Rollers or Crit Roll, or the Adventure Zone. Yeah, the Adventure Zone was so good. I think I actually spoke about the Adventure Zone not last stream. It was the last time I played Pillars, because I brought up Barry Blue Jeans. Have any of you guys seen the Adventure Zone? That might be like a really obscure reference that nobody gets. But yeah, there's like a character in it. They rename one of the characters from the D&D starter set, 5th edition starter set, and they call him Barry Blue Jeans. I've always found that name to just be kind of fucking hilarious. It's like a radio play. Ah, okay. So it has a few different actors in it. Voice acting was top notch in my opinion. I could get into that. I might check it out. What's it called? Is it just Batman, or does it have like a specific title? I'll go ahead and make a note of it right now. There we go. I mean, I suppose if I just search like Batman on Spotify, there's only going to be so many things that come up, right? Sitting here chilling in my knickers and forgot we had ordered a Morrison's delivery. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. That's the fucking worst. I used to fucking hate having to go and... Because I used to live in such a fucking ball ache of an apartment building. That had so many fucking security locks on all the different doors, and like every door had a fucking different code on it, and it was just every time a delivery came, it was like, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go. Here we fucking go. Gotham After Dark. Right, let me make a note of that down at the bottom of the page. Because this current page that I'm on has loads of fucking music production notes on it that I am yet to take advantage of. Gotham After Dark. Cool. I'll try and check that out. Oh, it's not? Is that like just the title of one of the episodes? It's actually got a different name. Oh, Batman Unburied. Okay. Batman. Unburied. Yeah, like I've never been like massively into superheroes. I've always preferred anti-heroes, but I'm also not like a big fan of like the Deadpool movies, purely because like if I'm watching an anti-hero story, then I kind of, or if I'm reading an anti-hero story, I suppose, I kind of want it to be serious. Like I enjoyed like Logan. I enjoyed the Wolverine movies. Like my favorite character from Game of Thrones was Sandor Clegane. I kind of like anti-heroes or heroes that have kind of a dark personality. I think they're more believable, and I think there's more depth to them. But like superhero movies, like I don't know, I kind of fallen off with them. Like I've watched enough of the MCU to know that I enjoyed most of it. Some of it I didn't really like at all. But Batman's kind of weird because like Batman is kind of, he's like harsh justice, but in the same way he's also kind of an anti-hero, I suppose. Yeah, an interesting character for sure. Deadpool feels like Ryan. Yeah, no, it definitely does. It definitely does. I actually, I wonder if I can find that clip. I found a clip of TJ Miller basically shit-talking Ryan Reynolds. You know? He appeared on some podcast, and he basically just started making Ryan Reynolds out to be like a real shitty human being. And that isn't the gist that I got of it at all. It seemed to me as though TJ Miller has a really delicate ego, and considering he's supposed to be a comedian, he also doesn't seem to have a very good grasp of what banter is, you know? And it seemed as though he took something that happened in a scene really personally, and rather than actually being an adult, you know, a functioning adult, and saying, hey, Ryan, that kind of didn't sit good with me. Could we maybe talk about that? Because I did not like that. Instead, he just decided to, you know, swallow it whole and hold on to it and then bitch about Ryan Reynolds at any opportunity he could. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good indicator of his character. But then again, you can never really know what's going on behind closed doors, right? Like, I wasn't there, so I suppose I don't know for certain, but I certainly got the impression that TJ Miller is lacking in the adult department. I always thought Batman was boring as fuck and never really watched anything, but I really enjoyed the newer one. Oh, what, the one with Robert Pattinson? Because if so, I didn't really like. I thought Robert Pattinson was actually pretty good as Batman, but I did not like the movie itself. I got kind of irritated with it. I thought there was just too much going on. I really want something interesting to come out so we can go to the cinema, though. I actually saw the trailer for the new Indiana Jones movie, and I did not like the last Indiana Jones movie, but I do have a soft spot for Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. I have a soft spot for it. I really like those movies. And so I might go see that at the cinema, and it might be absolute hot garbage, in which case I will, I suppose, bitch about it at some point. But I don't know. It looked like it might be a step back in the right direction, possibly. Go watch Violent Night. Oh, that's the one with fuck David Harbour, right? Him as Santa Claus, except it's like violent Santa Claus. That's actually one I might go and see myself. And by go myself, I mean I will literally just go on my own and buy some popcorn or some candy, some sweeties, and maybe a milkshake. Delicious. Go watch that. Trashing other people in public is always distasteful. Yeah, I do agree with that, especially when it's like I think it's not so bad when the person's actually there and present and able to defend themselves, but I really like it. I really don't like it when someone goes ahead and finds an opportune moment where the person isn't there, isn't able to defend themselves, isn't able to give their side of the story, and they just decide to start bitching about them. Like, I kind of feel like, just grow the fuck up and act like an adult, you know? Either talk about it privately with the person and address your concerns or address whatever bothered you, or shut the fuck up and don't talk about them when they're not there to defend themselves, because you couldn't prove to be any more of a fucking shitty human being. We're going to go see that tomorrow, but it's not showing on the screen that we like. Harrison Ford is 90 years old. He's not 90 years old, is he? He can't be. I would assume Harrison Ford is like in his 70s. I'm going to say 74. Can you just give me a date? Oh, he's 80. God, he's 6 years older than I thought. Wow, we were 8 years old. Hey, if I look like Harrison Ford when I'm 8 years old, I will be up to no good as an 8-year-old. Put it that way. Shame. Veldraxis, hi there, welcome. Shame Ford is old now. I really enjoy him as well. The originals are great. The fourth one, not so much. Yeah, the fourth one I really could not get away with. I thought it was really bad. The one thing that the one thing I'm worried about is that I saw in the trailer that they've de-aged him. The only problem with that, like anyone that saw The Irishman, or The Irishman, should I say, anyone that saw The Irishman with Robbie De Niro probably has the same opinion as me, in which when you use that de-aging technique on actors, yes, it makes them look younger, but they still move like old men. You know what I mean? Like Robbie De Niro was still walking around like an old man and fighting and punching like an old man when they de-aged him for The Irishman. So I'm worried that it's going to be the same with Indiana Jones. You know, Harrison Ford has reached Yoda age. Oh my God, 800 years old. Harrison Ford went to school with Jesus. I mean, how do you know that Harrison Ford isn't Jesus? I mean, let's take a little look. Let's take a little look-see. I feel like I can prove that Harrison Ford is actually Jesus. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. I think I can prove it, guys. Let's take a look. Okay, well, he's a little bit older in this photo, but like, hey, if that guy came out at me with like robes and some sandals and he said, "Blessing be upon you, my son," or my child even, I'd probably think it was Jesus, you know? I'd probably think it was Jesus. Oh, whereas this look? This look is... Oh, geez, the earring as well? Wow, you really look like a villain from a 90s movie. He's giving me serious, like, 90s straight to VHS movie villain. Harrison Ford, as it turns out, he aged and he became God. Is this not what most Christians believe their God looks like? A man with, I suppose, somewhat salt and pepper hair, mostly whitish grey. The Church of Ford, I fucking love that. The Church of Ford, yes, amazing. Google search, is Harrison Ford Jesus? Yes. Source, Alex Jones and Kanye West. Oh my God. I fucking refuse to, oh jeez. The two most credible sources on the internet, right, guys? Alex Jones and Kanye West? Fuck. Jesus Christ, this really is a look, isn't it? Someone hurt him. Someone hurt him, and that's what influenced this look, I think. There's something very villainous about this look. I think it's just the goatee. I think goatees maybe just get a bad rap. Yes, guys, we are just looking at photos of Harrison Ford. Can you not appreciate it? This is the fucking internet. There's way weirder stuff we could be doing. Oh my god. What a handsome guy. Look at this guy. Look at him. What I would give to have a face like that. You know, can I even do that sort of eyebrow look? No, I cannot. I cannot do it. I have a goatee. I am not a villain. But you may not be a villain, but having a goatee immediately makes you look somewhat villainous. I think a goatee is probably the least trustworthy facial hairstyle. I think so. I think if you did a poll on the general public and you said, what out of these options, which is the most untrustworthy facial hairstyle, I think goatee would be at the top. I feel like goatee... What would be after goatee? I feel like the most trustworthy facial hairstyle would probably be a mustache. No, it definitely wouldn't. I take that back. Mustache would probably be after goatee. It takes balls to rock a mustache these days, I think. But I can't grow a proper beard, only goatee. Then it's fine. Keep the goatee. However, know that you do look rather dastardly, you know? A little bit of a dastardly aesthetic. And there's nothing wrong with that. Harrison Ford should have been the lead for the Taken movies. Oh my god. Could we let's so Harrison Ford in Taken. Oh, I mean, let's get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of Liam Neeson right away. Let's just replace him with Harrison Ford. Imagine, right? Picture this. This is the scene. This is the shot. Take away this limp-looking face. This man who wants to be a Hollywood tough guy, but in reality, he's just, you know, he's not cut out for it. And replace it with this face. Holy fucking shit! I'm scared. I look at this face and I think, ooh, this is an old man, but he might beat me up. I'm kind of worried. Whereas I look at Liam Neeson, I could take him. If I only keep the stash, people start pulling their kids away from me. And that is the problem with mustaches. That they get such a bad rap. Like I say, it takes real bollocks to wear a mustache these days. I have rocked a mustache myself in the past, and it didn't last long because I did not have the bollocks to keep it. I did not. I think Harrison Ford would have done a good job in Taken. I agree. I think he would have. I actually think, you know, maybe he would have done a better job than Liam Neeson. However, I cannot say I've seen all the Taken movies, and it's certainly been a while since I saw whatever it is that I have seen. Boy, oh boy, should I just retitle this stream to the Harrison Ford cast? As a woman, how can I similarly repel other people's children? You need to cover your skin in cod liver oil. Cod liver oil. That is the answer. It's always the answer, in fairness. Taken from behind. I feel as though if we switched out Liam Neeson for Harrison Ford, it probably would be retitled to Taken from Behind. Maybe. Directed by Carrie Fisher, possibly. Sneeze on the children's toys. I don't think sneezing is enough, right? I don't think sneezing's enough. I think you need to like full on vomit on a child's toy. Because if you sneeze on a child's toy, the parents of that child may indeed say, okay, we're getting you away from this adult. However, every other parent isn't going to think that. They're not going to know that happened. But if you vomit on a child's toy, those parents are going to tell other parents, and eventually it's going to, you know, it's going to disperse into the population, and people are going to know you as the woman that vomited on that child's toy. And then no children will ever come near you because their parents just won't let them. Grow leg hair and wear shorts. Or ask the child if they like other boys or girls. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit. I need to switch back. Oh no, I understand that. But what I mean is that I feel uncomfortable. I would certainly feel uncomfortable saying to a child, what gender do you like? I don't know. I feel like kids are too young for that sort of question, right? That's definitely going to get you kept away from them. Really depends on the parents these days. Yeah, probably. Probably. Let's go this way first. I feel like this is just a side room, maybe. Okay. This could still work. That actually went really well. Wow. Are we over-leveled for this as well? Could be the case.
That's not very helpful.
Fuck. Can you take a step back, Alof? Because you really are just... Oh my god, Adair hasn't even gotten into combat yet. Fucking hell. Come on. Come on, guys. Do I need to do everything? Asking any child? Yeah, I know. Exactly. Sure. But the point is to make their parents pull the children away. I think that there has to be a happy middle ground between getting the parents to pull them away and also not getting arrested. At some point, you don't get any more XP. I did all the quests and only had a little time near the end of the game to use the best. Oh, really? That kind of sucks. I was hoping that maybe like I don't know, like there's free acts in the game, isn't there? I was hoping that maybe by halfway through the third act, you would have, you know, you'd be fully leveled. But then again, taking into account that I also have the DLC, I feel as though having the DLC will help, right? Because obviously more content means more XP, means we reach a higher level at an earlier point, I believe. Unless, of course, the XP... Unless, of course, some of the DLC actually takes place after the game. In which case, we will have to wait and see. But I'm sure it'll help. Right.
Never yet.
I actually understood that, Alof.
Not even slowing it down.
What is preventing you? I do not understand why Adair keeps freezing. Why is he freezing? Did I accidentally put that on before? Possibly. Possibly. That's probably why. Voices says, how about lingering eye contact with the child when his parent can see you, of course. For a few seconds, don't blink and salute. That's... No. That's too much. That's going into that sort of realm of, okay, the child is not near me anymore, but the police have showed up. You know, there needs to be a happy middle ground where it's like, all you're achieving is making children keep their distance from you rather than ending up having a lawsuit filed. I'm a wicked cannibal witch and your child would be delicious. Oh my god. I don't know about the DLC, to be honest. We'll have to wait and see. Like, I feel like the first batch has already opened up, right? Like the White March Part 1. And we're only in Act 1 so far, so I feel like maybe it's not endgame. Maybe there is like no endgame DLC content. I'm hoping there is, but for the life of me, I can't remember what what DLC there actually is. I think it's just White March 1 and 2, right? I don't think there's anything else. I read somewhere that the White March is based on the Icewind Dale games. That's cool. Or inspired by. Yeah, inspired. Get the man a jacket. He's wearing nothing under those robes. Wait, who? Alof?
How may I help?
Again, he's doing fuck all. What is going on with Adele? There we go. Wonderful. Boy, oh boy. Oh, let's quick save before we do this. Okay, let him get his endurance back as well. Oh, never mind. Ardra and an Engwyffin key. Okay. Is there anything around here? No. A man and a woman carved from lustrous Ardra. Pour the contents of a vase or vase at their feet. Okay, I have a safe for work one. Be dressed in green and pretend you're Santa's elf, and when the child approaches, you tell him in a loud voice so that his parents can hear you that Santa told you he was a good boy/girl and will get a tablet worth £1,000 for Christmas. That's not a bad idea. Like basically pressuring the parents into getting you out of the immediate vicinity because you're making promises that they cannot potentially keep. Jesus Christ. Are there tablets that are worth that much? Like specifically made for kids? I'm well aware there probably are. There definitely are. In regards to like tablets for adults. But like, are there children's tablets? Like gaming tablets or whatnot? That are that expensive? Seems kind of crazy to me if that's the case. Let's push this way. Also stealth, please. I need to get a whole outfit for this. That is a lot of work. Yeah, this is probably the probably less of a cost effective one, but certainly the most interesting one so far, I think. Oh, just a green jacket. Speaking of money, I paid 1,000 for my Acer Nitro 5, which has an RTX 3060. Wait, what? Really? Ding dang dam. Ding dang dam. Wait. How much are they going for these days? Let me look that up. Yeah, I thought as much. What I'm looking at here, they're going for like basically, well, close to £400. Just below, between £375 and £400. So almost a half of that price is just the GPU. That's crazy to me. Ding dong damn. Although, then again, maybe that does make sense. Still, decent price, yeah. I don't think we've found anything that's exceptionally good against Will-O-Wisps.
Following orders.
Especially because Adair will not actually fucking fight. Adair, what are you doing? Aggressive, auto attack. Let's put it on aggressive and just see what happens. His behavior should be, let's go with that. Still not doing anything. Don't understand what's going on with him. Always pay more. Ryzen or Intel? Intel. Okay, so there's actually nothing in it. I thought there was going to be like some sort of, I don't know, like a story item maybe? Hidden somewhere around here? Instead, no. Nothing of the sort.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Ooh, more blights. More blighty blights. Oh, boy. Oh, jeez. Either way. Hope you guys have had a decent week. Like I said at the start of the stream, it's been absolutely fucking hectic for me. But hopefully next week is going to be... Oh, shit. Hopefully next week's going to be... Oh, shit. Hopefully next week is going to be a bit of an easy one. I think with the sun setting so early, I don't know about you guys. Like, obviously a few of us are based in the UK. So, you know, some of you might find this relatable. But, like I said earlier, the sun is pretty much setting at like 4 PM now with me. And it doesn't really feel like the sun's up for that long either. So I think I feel more tired than I should, just as a result of the lack of daylight. But then again, I could just be chatting utter shit. I don't know. I feel like that's a thing, right? Like if you have less daylight, like daylight is what makes you feel more awake, right? Helps with your circadian rhythm. Heating, yeah. Oh, the laptop can keep your bedroom warm and toasty. Yeah, my PC is pretty much the exact same. Keeps it nice and toasty. Saves on the heating bills, put it that way. Wunderbar. Great. I had to start taking vitamin D tablets, and when I looked it up, it said that doctors recommend everyone takes them during the winter months. Yeah, I'm actually doing the exact same. I take a C and D supplement, and then I take a multivitamin as well. But that's mainly because of the whole medication that I've referenced many times now. That just makes my immune system shit. So yeah, I'm going to be getting, oh God, I need to get my flu jab and my COVID booster as well, which I'm not looking forward to because I do not want to feel ill. I don't want to fucking feel ill, especially with the current fucking workload that's going on. I meant to take them. Oh, so you don't take them. Well, my vitamin C and D supplement, they taste like orange, so I like them. Don't take too many vitamins though. When I feel sick, I OD on vitamin C, and after a few days my kidneys start to hurt. Water clears it up. Oh man, I mean, if you're taking supplements, then you should definitely make sure you're drinking enough water, because at the end of the day, it's like a concentrated supplement, isn't it? It's a large concentration of something which would otherwise be distributed into your body over a much longer period of time, right? So if you're taking it in a short burst, then yeah, definitely make sure you get enough water. I don't take vitamin C, but I eat whatever I see. I mean, that's the same thing essentially, you know. Vitamin C comes from the food that you can see. Vitamin D comes from the food that you can D? Maybe food that looks like a D? So, sausage, cucumber, eggplant. It's another popular one. Those are rich in vitamin D. And pretty much all of the foods contain vitamin C, because you can see them, correct? I think that's how it works. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, just one more? Nope, a few more. Okay. Let's get an addiction out there. And bombing missiles. Will Adair actually do something this round? Yes, he will. Looks like we've solved it. Whatever it was that was going on. I thought it was the scripting, the AI scripting, but that didn't seem to change anything. Unless it only takes effect after the encounter. Boom. But yeah, I mean, I think the main lesson to sort of be taken from like the you know, requiring to take certain supplements is that, like, I mean, it's always going to be the case that if you can get them into your body naturally, like through natural means, through like your diet, then always do that. But if, for instance, it's the case that, well, there's less sunlight because there's less sunlight, so your body's running a little bit low on vitamin D, then probably just take some take a vitamin, but make sure that you actually do, as Veldraxis points out, hydrate. Ooh. Just the end. How far into the story are you? Asks Veldraxis. Do you know who the main villain is, /R? So I'm assuming, from what I know so far, the Leaden Key is the main sort of villain group. And it is... Oh god, what's his name? Is it like Iriax Arcanon or something like that? I've forgotten his name. It's such a sort of strange sounding name. But I believe I know who it is. I believe that's who it is. I don't know all that much. As you can see here, boy, where are we at? How do I summarize where we're at? We have kind of finished in Defiance Bay for the time being, I think. I've done all of the other quests to do with the Theos. That's it, Theos X Arcanon, I think. So yeah, I know about him, the robed man, or the man in the robes, whatever they call him. But yeah, we're on the last sort of mini sub quest of the what was it called? We did the man who waits. We did, which was the other one? The old one? No, it wasn't the old Watcher. Was it Undying Heritage? Yes, it was, I think. So we did Undying Heritage, we did the man who waits, and now we're on through Death's Gate. And then after that, I think we can go back to Lady Webb, tell her about what we've seen. And then we'll probably progress to the next part of the storyline, I think. Maybe that's the end of Act 1. I feel like people have said that the game isn't all that long in general. Oh, are these... I think those are visions, right? Those aren't real people. I feel like people have said that the game isn't as long as, you know, what you might expect. So maybe that will be the end of Act 1. But we'll see. Again, I've basically been avoiding spoilers like the plague. Okay, let's try that. That on you. Okay. Oh shit, there's a fair few of them. Yikes. Aleph, what are you doing right in front? Oh shit, no, he actually probably did have to move up so he could get line of sight. Never mind. Let's try that.
Not even slowing it down. It's the room.
Bro, come up with a better spell than answer woo. Listen, okay, it was all ad-lib. They just said to the voice actors, say something magical. And Matt Mercer just kept saying his own name. And whilst Matt Mercer's name is magical, it did not have the desired effect. So of course they had to write something, you know, hastily scribbled like answer woo. I do hope that since the second game is supposedly like fully voice acted, that the level of, or should I say, no, the variety in spell effects and sound effects and whatnot is maybe a little bit better. Like, there's certainly nothing wrong. I have nothing against what they've got so far, but if it's fully voice acted, then I feel like it's going to be of like higher quality, right? Oh shit! Two more. I don't even really think I need to micromanage for these phantoms. They're kind of pushovers. But I also think that might be because I've maybe went ahead and done too much outside of the main quest line. Like, I've done too many side quests. Kess, if you had to pit the mythical class from Wrath of the Righteous against each other in a battle of sorts, who would win? Oh, I feel like Trickster would win. I feel like Trickster would win just because of the absolute cheeseball qualities that it has. Then again, Swarm That Walks would be pretty powerful, right? Lich seems cool, but I don't think Lich is like... I feel like Lich could be, you know... Put it this way. In the playthrough, I killed a fair few Liches. Like, I think I killed three or four Liches. Like, named Liches, this is. Not just, like, random Lich-esque Lich-type enemy. So I feel as though... Lich could be not easily beaten, but, like, beaten. As long as their phylactery was within, like, the area of the Battle Royale. If the Lich's phylactery was within the area, then yes. If it wasn't, then that's a problem. And that immediately gives it that sends it straight to the top of the leaderboard. But yeah, I feel like Trickster would have a pretty good shot of it. Swarm That Walks probably would, as long as Swarm That Walks actually has a swarm with it and not just, like, you know, one entity. If that's the way that it works, I believe it is, right? I think that you don't have companions as such, you just have other versions of yourself. Is that a creature? I don't think it is, right? I think it's just
I'll see what I can find.
An object, maybe? Oh no, they are like... They do look like bodies that have been kind of frozen. Shit. Okay, here we go. Ardra Animat, that does not sound good. Let's have you tank on that one then. Wonderful. Let's have Kanago help you. I will go for this one. I'll have Interdiction cast about there.
Hey, La Baru.
This is important.
Yikes, it's immune. Okay, never
My
mind.
mind feels sharp as steel.
Blast!
Shit, does the Ardra Animat regenerate the standard Animats, or... Oh no, it's just casting healing on itself. Never mind. Seems strange that they can cast healing, because I thought they were like constructs. I didn't think they would have access to healing. Maybe the game isn't that in
That's
depth.
not very helpful.
But yeah, if I was going to pit them, against each other, I would say, like, if Lich's phylactery was within the Battle Royale area, which I'm assuming it would have to be for it to be like fair, and Swarm That Walks had like a few copies of itself, I would say Trickster, Swarm That Walks. I think Angel and Demon would be totally tied. In fact, Angel and Demon would probably wipe each other out. Then maybe like Azata, Lich. Champion would probably be way at the bottom. Don't forget there's a Baldur's Gate free stream from Larian on the 14th. Yes, there is. I'm really excited to see what they're actually going to be bringing out. What day is the 14th? It's a Saturday. Reaction stream? Do you think they'd have a problem with... I don't think I would get in trouble for that, right? There's so many fucking streamers that do like reaction streams to the Larian content. I could do. I will figure that out close to the time. How many weeks away is that? Oh no, it's not. I'm looking at the total wrong month. It's a Wednesday. Ooh, it's a Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. Rumored Paladin. Yeah, I heard Paladin was going to be the last update, though. I think release date is a good shout. I think we will probably see the release date. Will we see Paladin? What's left to be added in? Paladin and... Is that it? I feel like there's another class waiting, right? Or is it just Paladin? Barbarian got added in. Bard got added in. Maybe it is the last class to be added in. In which case, I'm thinking maybe Paladin, Half-Orc, and release date. But again, that's kind of what I thought was going to be put in the last patch. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think it'll be at 5 p.m. I'm going to double check right now, actually, because it'll probably be on their Steam page. Let me see here. I know I said I was going to play some Baldur's as well tonight, guys, but I'm kind of enjoying Pillars, so we might just stick with Pillars. I mean, I'm probably only going to be on for like another 30, 40 minutes anyways. Panel from Hell plus patch 9. If Santa played D&D, what class would he roll? He'd probably be a Paladin, right? Basically Erebeth then. Basically. So, oh, it's 10 a.m. Pacific time. Oh, 6 p.m. GMT. Okay, that's possible then. That's possible. I might do a reaction stream to that then. We might watch Larian's Panel from Hell together. If you guys would be interested in that. But yeah, I'll decide closer to the time. It'll just depend what my week looks like. It might be kind of mental, but we will see. It'll run for an hour and a half, so it'll be 6 p.m. till 7:30. Even if I just came on and did like 2 hours for the panel, that might be one to do. But yeah, we'll figure that out closer to the time. But I would be interested in doing that. 6 p.m. GMT, watch it with a nice G&T and enjoy the BLT. Oh my god.
More careful.
A lovely BLT for tea. BLT for tea with G&T. With my tea. At 6 p.m. GMT.
Thing isn't doing the job.
Sounds good. Let's try that.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Wonderful. Tell you who you guys should check out if you want to stay up to date on Baldur's Gate. Go check out Wolfheart FPS. That dude is crazy good with what he, the content that he provides. Really top-notch quality. He also, he recently did, well, not too recently, maybe like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I think he did a full playthrough of Fable and then kind of like critiqued it under modern standards. Fable remastered, that is. You watch Wolfheart occasionally? Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. I spoke to him like a couple times on Twitter. Obviously nothing too involved, but like, yeah, seems like a really cool guy. They flew him out for the last patch, didn't they? For the last panel, they flew him out to go and like be with them and play it.
This isn't working.
I actually think he recently finished an Original Sin 2 playthrough as well. Although I haven't watched that, so I don't know to what extent. Like, I don't know if that was like his first time playing it, or if he's. I'm sure he will have played it beforehand. I'm fairly certain I've heard him. I'm fairly certain I've heard him discuss Original Sin 2 as one of the things that makes him certain that Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be good, because look at what they did with Original Sin 2. And I've got to say, I'm inclined to agree. Okay, so this is the scary lava room cleared. Back over here then. We've cleared everything over there. Indeedy. Is there a door? No, there's not. Never mind. Up here we go then. Yeah, I've got Divinity Original Sin 2. A nice Windale on the go at the moment. The large maps in... Yeah, they are pretty big. Honestly, Original Sin 2 felt like a kind of weird blend to me. Like, I really enjoyed the game. I love Original Sin 2. But the areas kind of felt to me like almost a weird blend between... some of the old school adventure RPG games, but also like MMOs in a way. Like, just the way that the areas are laid out. It almost kind of felt kind of MMO style to me. But maybe that's like a very far-flung opinion to have. Serene, thank you so much. That made my drink taste so bitter. So bitter. I hope you're well. I hope you're doing very well. Boy, oh boy. Oh, this looks weird. What is this? Are we in some sort of... Oh, wait. We're back on the other floor now, right? Shit, we are. So we went down and then across and then back up. Interesting. Good evening to you, Kessler. Thank you, Serena, and a good evening to you too as well. I hope you're well. Yeah, Yamatiku Masai. I'm just done crawling to my wheelchair. You're crawling to your wheelchair? What? I didn't know you were in a wheelchair. I didn't know you'd hurt yourself. How am I? I'm very well. I'm pretty damn good. Kind of shattered after a long work week, but otherwise I'm pretty good. In this case, Hacks, you shouldn't play Dragon Age Inquisition. Biggest open map. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Dragon Age Inquisition really does have some large-scale maps. Although, I think... Whereas Original Sin 2... What is this? Am I really going to step through here? Yes, I am. Of course I am. Oh, boy. I didn't even look at the machine. I think whereas, like, Original Sin 2 reminds me of kind of, like... In some weird way, it reminds me of, like, an MMO-style map. Or instances, like, areas. Inquisition, I feel like it's more like adventure game-y, I suppose. I have a disease. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that, Serene. Muscular dystrophy. I think I've got 2 hours in Dragon Age Inquisition. Loved Origins, though. Yeah, Origins was really, really good. 2 was... I mean, people didn't seem to like... Well, people didn't like 2 as much as they liked 1. I think that's the general consensus. But I did. I liked 2. It wasn't as good as Origins, but I enjoyed the story. And I thought it was a good game. Wasn't as good as Origins, but still thought it was a good game. Inquisition was better than 2. Not as good as... Honestly, when I think about the Dragon Age series, I feel like every game is kind of like its own thing. Like, they're in the same universe, and in theory they should be very similar games, but they're not. They are pretty, like... They are pretty different, I feel. Like, Dragon Age Origins is vastly different to 2. And Inquisition is vastly different to both of them. But each one of them I've still had fun with, you know? Skipped 2 entirely. Personally, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good closed-off story. It didn't have the scale of Origins or Inquisition, but I enjoyed it. What kind of game is Dragon Age? So Dragon Age is an RPG. Dragon Age is an RPG. Basically real-time with pause, but more of like an adventure RPG, I would say. You hear running water and see a small stream that carves its way into the mountain. Inspect the stream. A shallow bottom flickers and wavers just under the water's edge, but as you look towards the tunnel, the bottom disappears into darkness. From here, it's impossible to tell how deep the stream is. However, a faint light plays along the walls of the tunnel. The echo of rushing water suggests that the tunnel and stream continue for quite some distance. Wade into the tunnel. You take slow, sloshing steps towards the mouth of the tunnel, holding yourself upright with the current. While the current tugs at your legs. The cold water leaves you gasping, and as it rises past your waist, you fight to control your breaths. The stream bed soon drops from under your feet, and the current pushes you towards the tunnel with growing force. Oh, let's swim into the tunnel. The current pushes you through the tunnel faster and faster, tugging you. I don't think we're getting back up, are we? Yikes. Over your head, the tunnel narrows and drops, leaving only a thin pocket of air. You take a final deep breath before the current drags you into the depths. Rays of light pierce the darkness, but the current is moving too fast now for you to see more than flickering glimpses as you speed by. You keep your hands in front of yourself and focus on avoiding the jagged rocks that appear suddenly in the darkness, jutting from the walls. A light winks at you up ahead. You're approaching it fast, but it looks to be the mouth of a second smaller tunnel. You might be able to reach it, but your lungs have started to ache. Well, we don't really have... We don't have a chance to get further. We're going to continue with the current. You rush past the side tunnel and see a corkscrew turn up ahead. You angle your body with the current just in time to avoid the onrushing wall. The contortion forces the last burst of air from your lungs. The last of light disappears behind you. You can't tell whether the tunnel has gone dark or whether you're blacking out from lack of air. In either case, you can no longer see the walls around you. You extend your feet in front of you and hope for the best. Your foot strikes an outcropping. Your arm grazes another. The pain has you gritting your teeth, but it's not as bad as you'd feared. Either the cold waters have numbed your skin or you've slowed. Your chest begins to hitch. You clamp your jaw shut and tighten your throat against the choking waters, but soon your body's reflexes will take over. A halo of light appears above you. The current is no longer pushing you toward it. So you kick, push, and twist your body up, the surface always seeming just out of reach. At last, your head breaks the surface. You gulp air into your aching lungs and pull yourself to the edge of the pool, crawling out of the water. You look at the cavern around you as you massage feeling back into your aching, cold, numbed limbs. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, no, oh, no. Fantasy RPG with real-time tactical combat. Probably the best summary of it. Better than my summary. The prologue in Dragon Age Inquisition is okay, but once you reach the hinterlands, that's the point where most players quit. I personally didn't mind the hinterlands. I tried to treat it as though... I mean, honestly, I said earlier that I didn't think it reminded me a lot of an MMO-style sort of like map. But in a way, I did treat it in the same way that I would treat an MMO, where I was like, okay, this is the place I need to grind in and level up before I go somewhere else, on account of like level boundaries, let's say. It takes like 15 hours to do that zone alone. I also broke the hinterlands up though. Like I would do patches in the hinterlands and then go somewhere else and then come back to the hinterlands and then go back to the place I was at. So like it wasn't too bad. Random punk generator. The answer is always the misfits. Here's a tip. If you don't know if the room is dark or you're knocked out, try to bite your tongue, and if you can feel it, the room is dark. Ding dang dang. Be on the lookout for bears. I really hope there's no bears. If you can't feel it, you've blacked out. Solid advice. If you cannot feel your tongue being bitten, you've blacked out. You've gone to sleep. You're taking a deep sleep. Okay, so I'm in a room surrounded by creatures. Ah, fuck. What have I gotten myself into here? Oh, yikes. I can only use that in combat, so that's no good right now. And I'm out of higher level spell slots. Oh, boy. Let's try Combusting Wounds on these two. Let's get Interdiction off on... I'm going to say these two again. Adair, you go tank over here. Kana over there. Me over there. Oh, jeez. Let's hope this works.
Your thoughts must...
There we go. And we will try and get you
flow
on side.
deep.
Oh my god, there's actually quite a lot of them. Please tell me these guys are kind of squishy. You seem to be handling them okay so far. Oh no. Olaf is in the fray. Go ahead and slap him with your book. Push him back. Boom, bitch! Get out of the way! Okay. Ooh, do I want to... Oh no, I can't get over there. Or maybe I can. Let's try it. Run, 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 run. Olaf, run! Fuck. Run away, Olaf. Run! Shit. Opposite of a Care Bear? A Beware Bear? Oh my god. Are those slimes, Cicerine? Yes, they are indeed. Swamp slimes, to be precise. Which are proving to really be taking up a lot of my attention right now. Oh wait, that's on side, isn't it? So we should not be focusing on that. Oh no, nope. It was just overlapping with his hit points. Shit. That was bad. Bad call. Why can I not tell Kanar what to do? Kanar. Oh, you're stuck. Never mind. Kanar, you just keep doing what you're doing there. I don't understand why you need to run all the way around there to do that.
artifact worth it.
That's it.
Ooh, that's pretty good. This has got to be the first game where I see slimes being present and animated. Really? I'm trying to think. Slimes. What else have I seen slimes in? I mean, I feel like most definitely some sort of like D&D based game. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I can't think off the top of my head what else I've seen slimes in. It's okay. Kess likes the slimes. That's so uncalled for. That's so uncalled for. Ugh, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Oh shit, we actually did it. You two are not looking great though. Okay. Am I just in... Oh wait, no. Wait, could I have gone this... Oh my god, I could have went this way anyway. I thought there was something special about where I'd ended up. No, it's just literally a different area of the dungeon. It's not closed off to the rest of the dungeon at all. Never mind. I think Neverwinter had some gelatinous cubes. Probably, right? Probably. I do have a fondness with slimes, but just not the ones that eat anything but flesh. Save. Oh, fuck. Oh, boy. Let's try and deal with this ooze first. Let's try and pull him out of there so we can actually... I feel like we're going to end up aggroing. So wait, we've already been through that way, haven't we? Where's it at? Come on. Oh, it's there. Kill it, kill it, kill it before we get lured into a trap.
Following your lead.
Nice. I think I'm gonna rest as well. I'm gonna save the game after I've rested. Let's do that. Right. And then quick save. There we go. All done. Okay.
I shall be discreet.
Like, I feel like this isn't the immediate way of danger because I've already been through this way. Like, I can see where it connects. Oh, another black ooze. Oh, okay. Wonderful. So yeah, there's no immediate danger here. I think where the problem is going to arise is oh shit, we're going to have to go all the way back down to get back across, right? Or is there another way through? I don't think there is. I think we have to go all the way back down. Fuck. Okay. Back down we go. Back down we go. And let's put fast forward on so we can get them moving a bit quicker. Come on, guys. Do a little forced runny march. Get us back to where we need to be. I feel like this is the end of the dungeon here, the Engriffin machine. So once we've done this... What time are we? We're only 3 hours in. I was going to go for like between 3.5 and 4 hours. But who knows? It might take us like half an hour just to get back there and get finished with the dungeon. But I think the end of the dungeon is probably a good place to leave it. So let's see what happens. Okay, and we've cleared all this out, so straight back through here. This is turning into loading screen simulator. Thank you, voices. Thank you. You guys sure took your time, didn't you? You went the long way around. Kessler, have you ever DM'd a session where the whole session is just dungeon delving? I have. I've done a fair few sessions where it's just been an entire session of dungeon delving. It's great. As long as you're fully prepared for like a full session of dungeon delving, then it's great. It's loads of fun. Yeah, the groups that I've played with, I've been pretty lucky in the sense that they don't tend to They don't tend to rush through things. They like to experience the full sort of breadth of the dungeon or the area that they're investigating. So sometimes it's fun. Like, I mean, I've had dungeons where it's taken like 2 or 3 sessions to get through them. Well, not like 2 or 3, more like 2 sessions to get through them, but like half a session adventuring there and half a session adventuring back and dealing with NPCs and whatnot. So I suppose I would say I've had dungeon delving story arcs where it's taken 3 sessions to get through it. But yeah, those are pretty fun. Hopefully I'll be playing some more D&D sometime soon. Oh, shit. As long as you're not using 4E, it can be loads of fun. What's so bad about 4E for dungeon delving? Because I never played 4E. So you'll have to explain that one to me. Ooh, more of these boys. A haze of essence lingers over the body, as faint and insubstantial as a dust plume in a rider's wake. Yet as you draw closer, whispered instructions echo in your ears, and anticipation warms your blood. What's going on here then? In a vision, you see the same stone machine you approached moments ago, but from a different height and angle, as if through different eyes. You'd heard rumours that some of your brethren were sent here months before, yet you see no sign that anyone has been here. In fact, the cobblestones are covered in a fine layer of dust. Ash. You know suddenly that this will cost you, and you are ready. Shit, what's going to happen now? The orders were clear. The effects of the machine in Cliaban Rilag, or Cliaban Rilag, were wearing off. A child had not been... Wait, what? The effects of the machine in Cliaban Rilag were wearing off. A child had been born not far from Deerwood recently, its soul intact. Oh my god, the machines are what are causing the Hollowborn? Holy fucking shit. So the machines, I mean, I established that the machines were some sort of anchor. I just didn't realize that it was them that was specifically tethering, or blocking, should I say, souls from entering the mortal world. Fuck. I've once did 3 sessions of dungeon delving, a dungeon with massive catacombs. Our food supplies were out by session 2, and on session 3 we had to eat rats and drink potions as a replacement for water. Ding dang damn. So you had to roll some survival checks to try and hunt down local wildlife to eat. In 4E, you have a lot, and I do mean a lot, of stacking bonuses and modifiers and conditional modifiers. As a DM, you have to do a lot of math all the time, and it bogs down the session a lot. I heard that Pathfinder 1st edition was a little bit like that. Is that the case? Like, supposedly, 2nd edition Pathfinder is a lot smoother than 1st edition. Which I think is kind of where the meme comes from, that Pathfinder is basically like a math game. Or at least 1st edition was. But I mean, that was very much the case with like the early editions of D&D. Like, I feel like 3rd edition was probably the same in 3.5. The machine just needs a software update to unblock the soul transfers. Makes total sense. You and your companions take up your positions. You share a final look of affirmation between yourselves. They don't know your name, and you don't know theirs. But you know that you're doing the work of the gods together. None of the rest matters. What gods would want to stop souls from entering the worlds, though? Or world? 2 carved bands of stone in the middle of the machine grind into motion. They rotate in opposite directions, picking up speed until they spin like freshly greased carriage wheels. A wind shrieks through the cavern, accelerating with the stone rings. So that's a Beowulf then, I'm guessing. You press your hands to your ears and grit your teeth against the noise. You're about to shut your eyes when you glimpse new movement. Rows of triangular flaps along the machine open like petals. You don't know what's happening in the machine, but you feel a tingling at your extremities. Searing pain spreads through your body, a hot knife separating every tissue and ligament within you. All the while, it feels as if you're falling towards the machine, your stomach smashed against your spine. What happens next is too fast to process. You awaken from the vision to find yourself kneeling and gasping for air, holding your head. You let the tiles between your knees gradually come into focus. As you catch your breath, you remember the strange scene you saw outside Silent Lease. I don't know how to pronounce it at all. Where several robed figures fell amidst a howling Beowick. Looking at the ash scattered across the cavern floor, it is apparent that the leaden key has been doing this, whatever it is, all over the Deerwood. Pathfinder 1st edition has many modifiers, but 4th edition... Oh, really? 4th edition has 10 times more? That's kind of the scale, where Pathfinder has like 3 times more than 5e. Well, that's kind of like the little memey nugget of information that I garnered, that like that 1st edition Pathfinder is so much more in-depth in regards to math than 5th edition. After that, we decided to hire an NPC half-orc ranger porter. He carries all our food supplies just in case. You have a pack mule then. A pack mule NPC. The most annoying ones are the conditional modifiers. You have to evaluate each attack for each monster to see if they do add that +1 or not. Are they still in range in that for that aura that adds another +1? Jeez, that's I don't know. I understand like I understand that some people would look at that and be like, that's so cool, like it takes everything into account, but at the same time, and realism, but at the same time, if I'm playing a game, sometimes I just want it to be like simplified, you know, like simplified rules. Even if it's down to like the basic D6 systems where it's like you roll a D6 and if it's high, if it's a 6 then you succeed, and if it's a 1 you don't. Like there are some really simple RPG systems out there that can be pretty fun, you know, the sort of systems where you can sit around with a couple of beers and just get drunk with your friends and play an RPG, you know. Some of those really simple rule systems are really good for that. In a few dungeon-heavy campaigns, my party also decided to hire a pack mule. We would like to hire a mule, but we would like our pack mule to be able to fight as well, and make sure our food supplies are not being stolen while we fight. That's probably a good shout, I think. Yeah. Right. So is there anything over here? No, nothing over there. I think I just have to interact with the machine. I am concerned what's going to happen here. Oh boy. Something in the ether hums and buzzes through your teeth. So is that it? Are we done here? I mean, we gained experience, so I'm assuming yes. I'm going to quick save because I feel like we're going to go to exit and someone's just going to be waiting for us. Like, oh ho ho, hello there, adventurers. This is an ambush. The Waxmaker, 35% experience. Okay, let's assign... Is Horavius doing anything? Horavius, you go do that. Are we done with this yet? Probably not, right? 6 hours? Almost. Okay, so now we can go this way. Dum dum dum. Wade into the tunnel. Swim into the tunnel. Let's try and grab the edge this time. Shit. You wrap your fingers around the rocks lining the tunnel and peer into it. It terminates in a dead end, but something glints among the rocks at the far side. Reaching it would be a challenge for anyone without strong lung capacity. I feel like a dare can do it, right? May I suggest a familiar that can phase shift like an imp? That can carry a bag of... Ooh, that's a good idea, actually. That's a good shout. You're always putting Horavius to work, poor druid. I mean, we haven't really had the chance to talk to Horavius, so I feel like we keep him busy and then he forgets that we haven't actually socialized with him at all, and he won't hate us. Adair, you must have good lung capacity. Do it. Adair pulls himself into the tunnel, executing deft scissor kicks while the passage narrows. At the end, he finds a skeleton with a handle protruding from its ribs. Adair pulls it free and pushes off from the wall, propelling himself back. Oh, okay. We're good. The rows of salt hollow added to your inventory. Okay. So we're done. I think we're totally finished in here. Wow. Okay. I think that's the end of this dungeon. Jeez. I was expecting like, I don't know, like a little boss battle or something. I mean, I'm not going to complain. It's pretty good. Not the most eventful dungeon, though, I don't think. Look at the new item. Let's see. Is that it? Oh, I thought it was like a. I thought it was like an axe. So it's a unique Morning Star, two-handed, slow attack speed, 17 to 25 crush damage. I don't think that's as good as Adair's current one-handed. Oh, no, it's one extra potential damage than Adair's current weapon, I think, which is one-handed. Yeah. 25% corrode damage. 20% of damage restored as endurance. That's pretty cool. That could actually be pretty good for a tank. Even though it would mean sacrificing the shield. If you're going to gain like endurance or restore endurance for the damage that you deal, I feel like we actually take. Let's try this. Let's take the shield and the sword off of Adair. Oh, come on! Don't play silly fuckers with me. There we go. Let's try that. So it's plus 4 accuracy and plus 15% damage. And then 20% of the overall damage is going to get restored. Is going to be restored to us as endurance. Replace the bow. You never use it anyway. That's a good point. Boom. See how it works. Although, honestly, we might not actually get a chance to see how it works. Because I think that's like, us done. I don't think there's any more enemies, right? Jump to the other side. Oh shit, we missed some loot. How did I miss that? Yikes. Oh! Shit. We just found this. God damn. Surta! Hello there! Good day to you. I hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The tip of some metal object. Oh, and Nicaea's here. I didn't even realize Nicea was here. Hello, Nicea. The tip of some metal object protrudes from a mound of watery river silt. Oh, is this going to be for his personal quest? I think it might be, right? I think it might be. With both hands, you and Adair begin digging in the mud until the object is dislodged. You close your hand around it and pull it from the wet earth. The object is a steel semicircular frame, about the size of your fist. At even points around the semicircle, jagged points jut out like tongues of flame, the rays of a rising sun. At the sun's centre is the carved silhouette of a Vorlus plant.
I've seen these before. They top the standards of Raid Ceres. Or did when Weidman was alive. Well, it's something. Just not sure what it gets me.
Yeah, let's show it to Grieving Mother. Do you think you can help us? Look, I appreciate you taking the initiative, but I don't think there's much chance that this nice stranger lady happens to be a cipher. Yes, she is. The Grieving Mother looks at you. I will do what I can, but I will need the skill of a watcher to aid my own to identify the soul once I have found its traces. Adair hands her the steel sun. The motion is mechanical, unconscious. The Grieving Mother takes the sun in one hand and yours in the other, and you can feel her presence in your mind. Her thoughts bidding you to relax. Focus, she says, and the word reverberates as if through an endless chasm. You close your eyes and concentrate. The sun is bright in your mind's eye. Warm with the pulse of a collective experience, and noisy with the thoughts of the past, of battle, of faith, of home. You drift from voice to voice, thought to thought, Adair's soul a vibrant signature with which to locate his brother. One voice stands out amidst the din, brassy and earnest, a shade brighter than Adair's, but unmistakably of the same construction. You have no image of its owner, but his journey is imprinted within the points and curves of the steel sun. And in your mind, it opens before you as a path stretching both southward to Gilded Vale and northward over the uneven terrain that joins the Deerwood to Raid Ceres. This is his brother, isn't it? I think it is. I don't think it would mention Gilded Vale if it wasn't. You trace the path back to its origin, far back as you can find, gliding over plains and hillsides to a one-room home in Gilded Vale with a thatched roof and a dirt floor. The path is faint there, its distance in time rendering images blurry and details scarce. From Gilded Vale, it follows a road towards Madnir Bridge, reaching the gates of Defiance Bay, before diverting abruptly, cutting northward in a beeline for Raid Ceres. The path leads to a Raid Seren city, regal and austere in the Adirian imperial style. It winds through streets and climbs a grand set of stairs into a stately building, passing through pointed archways into what appears to be a throne room. I like this music theme quite a lot, says Vildraxis. I really like the music in Pillars overall. I'm really thinking when I start running tabletop games again, I'm probably going to use the OST during my tabletop games. They're very much like, they're not really complex in regards to like, I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase it. Compare the soundtrack to like Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, where it has really big orchestral suites that are like churning out these awesome epic, you know, pieces of music. This is much more simplified, but it reminds me of like, I want to say like the old school CRPGs more so than the likes of Wrath of the Righteous, but very good nonetheless. Like some of those old Baldur's Gate soundtracks and things like that. Upon the throne sits a man whose head is pure, blinding light. And as its gaze turns to you, the light drowns out all else. Its voice carries the force of thunder, but its words are impossible to make out on the imprint. Echoes of echoes. The voice and light fade, and the path bends backward, carrying you along to a barracks, and then southward, marching into Deerwood and skirmishing along the way. Upon one battlefield, the imprint is vivid, and you see a Raid Seren standard, topped with a steel sun, clutched in the hands of a fallen soldier. You see a young man in Raid Seren armour with Adair's straw-coloured hair race towards the standard and lift it. The path you've been following, clear to see beneath his feet. And as his hand brushes the steel tip, you can hear his thoughts racing in a blur, and they are of his god and his country, and a brother he hopes is far away from this place. In an instant, the thoughts are gone as well as the man, and the standard is passed to another soldier. You pick the path up again as it meanders south and disintegrates in the shadow of Cliaban Rilag. You open your eyes.
Anything? Looked like you were working real hard there.
Shit. Your brother got as far as Defiance Bay before turning to Raid Ceres instead. He met Waidwen there, then he enlisted.
Well, what'd he talk about with Waidwen?
Waidwen's head was a beam of light.
I figured that. Woden and me had heard enough stories from his uprising to know it wasn't just some tall tale. Doesn't mean he was Aethys. It could have been some wizard's trick. It's what they talked about that's important. What'd they say?
I feel like this is just going to give him more questions, you know? They are very good at creating an atmosphere, but they are not complex. Yeah, not complex enough to be distracting. Yeah, they are the perfect background soundtrack, and I think that's why I want to use them in tabletop games. The way that the soundtrack was orchestrated in Wrath of the Righteous, for instance, like that's the last game I played, really. So it's the one I'm going to go with. But Wrath of the Righteous, and I would say also Baldur's Gate to some extent, Baldur's Gate 3. The soundtracks in that, the OST within those games, is very much kind of used at pivotal points during gameplay as kind of like, I don't know, let's say you're in the middle of an epic battle, you're facing off against a demon, all of a sudden that classic like theme plays, full orchestra blaring out the melody. It's not meant to be back in the background. It's meant to highlight something that's happening, you know? Whereas this, it's chilled out, it's nice, it's just playing away. Oh, geez, I don't know what they were talking about.
That's not funny. Come on. That metal sun, my brother touched it. You saw where he went. Now what'd he talk about with Waidwen? Why'd my brother fight for Raid Ceres?
I wish I had something better to tell you. I do not know.
I guess that's it.
Well, we could still find some other way to find out why he did what he did.
I don't think we will. What would we do? Look for more war relics? We were lucky to find this one. Soldiers that fought with him are long dead. The battle was a massacre. Whatever Aethys knows, he's not talking to anyone.
Probably not, but we could still find something. Of course, Mr. Background Noise likes the background noise of pillars. Yeah, 100%. One should pin that comment for everyone to see. If only there were words to fill such emptiness. Better yet, to remove his doubt, his questions. I regret that my answers have only deepened his pain. Yikes. Okay, so I feel like we're not done with Adair's story. I feel as though we are going to find... I don't know, maybe we are going to find more relics that could shine some light on what went on with his brother. Nothing as of yet. Okay, so that's that dungeon done. Wow, we were. Are we done with this area then? I think we are, right? We've done Adair's quest, his personal quest, and then we've done the dungeon as well. Okay. Let me figure out where we want to be next then. I feel like we don't actually want to talk to Lady Webb. Or maybe we do. No, we do. We want to fill her in on what happened here. So let's go do that right now, actually. Poor Adair, baby. You let him down. I did. I feel bad. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's going to be a whole game-spanning quest line. But part of me did think that it was going to be, you know, kind of an Act 1 and then it's done kind of quest. Brackenberry, I believe. Let's head here. Let's talk with Lady Webb. And then I think that'll be that sort of... Maybe that'll be the act finished. Maybe that'll be Act 1 finished. Possibly. Possibly. Oh, shit. We finished the hall. Okay, well, in that case, what else do we need that will... Yeah, Constitution Athletics. We'll do that. Takes 3 days. We have the time. We've got all the time in the world, right, guys? All the time in the world. Does anyone... oh, no, they don't. I thought maybe I would have a little dialogue with one of them after all that. I think there are like specific triggers within the main quest line that actually brings up dialogue for their personal quests as well, which is kind of nice. Doesn't seem to have happened there though. Right, and then we want to go upstairs because I think she's in her own little room, right? If I remember correctly. It's been like a week since I've played. And apparently a week is just long enough for me to forget everything. Or most things. There she is.
How fares your search?
There's something I can tell you about the Leaden Key's operations.
Well, let's hear it.
The Leaden Key is manipulating a group of Engwithan machines that span the country, and it seems to be causing the Hollowborn epidemic.
I had feared they might be involved in Widewind's legacy. It seemed too extreme even for them. How naive I've been. The Leaden Key's conspiracy is clear now. They have used Engwithan technology to engineer Widewind's legacy, and they want people to blame Animancy for it. As we speak, the Duke is holding hearings in the palace. He is listening to arguments for and against Animancy.
Oh,
when they finish, he is expected to decide whether to outlaw it. It seems the Leaden Key has been pushing Deerwood down this path for some time.
The problem is that Animancy... It's like it's such a weird school of magic, because there are definitely good things that could come from studying Animancy, but it's kind of similar to like medicine in the real world. Like the level of medicine that we have in the real world today is amazing. It's fantastic. It's life-saving for a lot of people. But the things that people had to do in the past, the terrible, terrible, terrible things that people did in the past to get medicine to where it is today. Oh, jeez. For me, moments like these are one of the main reasons I love D&D, both as a player and as a DM. The oh fuck faces are priceless. I like the story of the game. It's pretty cool, says Veldraxis. Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it so far. I agree with what Voices says just there. It's a bit dark, but it's well written. It is a bit dark. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It's got its own tone, and it sticks to it. I would certainly feel a little bit sort of jarred. My immersion would be a little bit ruined if they started throwing in like really comedic elements to the story. I think it's quite dark. But at the same time, the companions add a nice little bit of little bit of humor to the game. I think I'm enjoying the companions so far, especially Alof and Adair, and that is not just because Matt Mercer voices them. I just think they're really well-made characters, well written. Adamancy is to blame too, because guess what? The Leaden Key used Adamancy, but it's a tool. This is what I mean. It's such a complex sort of situation that the game presents you with, because, like I was saying, Adamancy is very much such a wide school of magic that it can be used for nefarious means, but it can also lead to really positive things, I would imagine, just like medicine. Adamancy, what kind of magic does it touch upon? So it touches a little bit on necromancy, I believe, but it's all to do with like souls and rebirth and reincarnation, and I believe resurrection, hence necromancy. Adamancy is like the science of souls. Necromancy seems to be a subdomain of... Yeah, that's a better way of phrasing it. Necromancy is like a sub-school or a subdomain of Adamancy. We still have a long way to go in medicine, I think. Oh, 100%. But put it this way, I'm much happier to live with today's standards of medicine rather than like 400 years ago. You know, the standards from 400 years ago. Not too long ago, doctors said smoking was good for you. Yeah, but I don't think that's... I have to be honest, I think that has less to do with what they actually believed scientifically and more to do with what the companies were paying them to promote smoking, you know? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but in the UK, wearing a seatbelt only became like something you had to do in 84, I think it was. 1984, I believe. I think it was 84. That was when it became mandatory to wear a seatbelt while in a moving vehicle. Before then, you didn't need to. So, you know. Nuclear power is a tool too. It can be used for bombs or for energy generation. Either way, it's not inherently good or bad. No, it's very much not the case that like it is good or bad. With Adamancy, this is. It's a tool, and the tool can be used for nefarious means or it can be used for positive means. And I don't know if I don't think it should be banned. I don't think it should be banned, but I think it should be policed. You know, like there should be specific regulations that people have to follow if they're going to study Adamancy or practice Adamancy. But I don't think it should be outright banned. Magic to which you study the souls. This type of magic, from my understanding, these types of research can be took to the dark and wrong path if the person studying... Yeah, exactly, if they're evil-minded. It's the story of science being used for good or bad. Yeah. Adamancy is a tool or a neutral thing. You can do good and bad with it. Well, I mean, yeah, it's like very much the same as like... well, it's not really the same as like a gun, for instance, but like a gun doesn't have to be used to kill someone. It's someone that makes... Guns don't kill people. People do, you know, that sort of thing. But either way, let's see what happens there. So,
I, for one, would enjoy seeing their little scheme fouled up at the last moment. Our Duke must hear what you have to say. Unfortunately, the hearings are closed to the public, which makes the Duke inaccessible until they are completed.
Am I not a step above the public at this point, though? Am I not like a step above them with being like a landowner? Like the warden of Cadnua? Does that not put me like a step above? Nothing has really changed today, though. What do you mean nothing's really changed today? It all depends on the person who's using it. I hear their little skins fouled up. Little skins fouled up. Oh, you heard.
However, certain groups have been invited to attend. You might get in with one of them if you aren't above a little pandering.
Oh, yikes.
There are delegations from the Knights of the Crucible, the Dozens, and from House Dominel. If you can gain the support of one of those groups, that may be your best way in. See what you can arrange.
So to me, there's no inherently good option. Yeah, definitely no spoilers. I haven't seen anything in chat, but I'm gonna go ahead and avoid looking at chat right now because I just saw the word spoilers. But I don't feel like there's any inherently good option. House Dominel, I think, is just the outright bad option. The Dozens and the Knights of the Crucible, they're against each other. I'm sure they both have it. Well, it seems as though they both have reasons for fighting or being against each other. We're probably going to go Knights of the Crucible, unless I see a good reason to go with the Dozens. So I need to get in with one of those groups then. Shit. We've got our work cut out for us, boys. We have got our work cut out for us. Farewell then. So I need to... shit. I feel like I'm probably closest, or should I say furthest along with... Oh my god, you can actually create your own notes. I wish the game would make notes for me. So you can... I feel as though I'm probably furthest along with the Crucible. Knights of the Crucible. Yeah, they're my ally. What about the Dozens? Oh, they're also my ally. Oh, so I could go with either group. Shit. Ding dong damn. Oh, boy. Like, things are constantly coming out that something is better or worse for you than we thought, but the opposite... things are constantly coming out that something is better or worse for you than we thought, but the opposite was pushed for financial reasons. Oh, yeah. Like, I still very much think it's the case that, like, big corporations are able to, like, deceive people and say, oh, this thing isn't bad for you, even though it actually is bad for you, based on, like, monetary, well, financial reasons, like you say. Yeah, it's still very much the case, but I don't know. I think that at the same time, the sort of leaps that we've made in the past, like, well, 100 years alone certainly outweigh, you know, the negatives. Cass, you can read the comments. There's no spoilers there. See, I saw the word spoilers in your comments, so I refuse to read it. I refuse to leave it. Or leave it? I refuse to read it. I saw spoiler, so I know I can't read it. Okay. Right, so we need to decide. I'm not doing it right now, obviously. I'm going to be finishing up pretty soon. But we need to figure out next stream who the hell we're going to side with. Fuck. I feel like I haven't really had any... I think I've had maybe one or two side quests that involved the Knights of the Crucible and the Dozens. And I'm already allies with them. That seems weird to me. I don't really feel like I've experienced a lot of content with them in. So I don't really have a strong opinion about either group. They both seem to have extreme opinions. They've both done some bad things for good, for like their reasons, which they claim are good. There is no good choice. It's just kind of fuck House Dominel. And let's see what we decide to go with, I suppose. Jeez. I said Knights of the Crucible because I thought, honestly, I'd be closer to getting, like, allied with them. But no, it's not the case. We're allied with both of them. I'm going to have to think on that, I think. I'm going to have to think on that. And maybe see if there's some side quests, some more little side quests that tie into those factions. So we can kind of get a feel for... I don't even know if I know where the Dozens are located. I think I've only encountered them once, and that was just like an encounter. It wasn't like the actual like faction headquarters. The game does not show you all the influence gains all the time. Oh yeah, I know that. I just mean as in like it seemed as though, or should I say, it seems as though it leapt up very quickly. Unless, of course, I mean, I suppose some of the other quests that I've done might have gained, you know, like garnered influence with them and promoted like a good opinion with them, but yeah. It's similar to how the quests in Gilded Vale gave you reputation with Gilded Vale. Oh yeah, no, I understand that. But with Gilded Vale, it was like quests for Gilded Vale, which improved your opinion with Gilded Vale. I think I've only done like one quest for each faction, you know? So I'm thinking maybe some of the other side quests that weren't from those factions garnered influence with them. Like maybe it was just the case that doing positive things in Defiance Bay increased my standing with those factions because they saw that I'm someone that's trying to do the best for Defiance Bay. I don't know. Even Haravius's missions. By Haravius's missions, we mean the ones at Cadnua that I can send my companions on. It just happens to be the case that I send Haravius on most of them. Okay, well that's something that I need to think about for next time. For the time being, I'm going to go ahead and just... Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and send myself over to the first fires, and then we're probably going to finish up the stream there. So, boy oh boy. Boy oh boy. Guys, thanks for coming along. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I will be back next week. Like I said at the start of the stream, not making any promises on how much I'm going to stream next week, but the aim is to try and get 3, if not 4 streams in. They will be evening streams because work is crazy at the minute. But we'll try and start around 6 p.m. I think. Maybe even a little bit earlier if I can push it earlier. But yeah, the schedule's going to be a little bit all over the place at the minute. I will most likely not be posting like a definite schedule every week, but I will try and post some days that I might be streaming. And then in a week or 2, I'll be taking a break for Christmas. How about live action work streams? That would probably break something in my contract. And by probably, I mean that would definitely break some sort of, you know, some sort of legally binding thing within my contract. So no live action streams. Maybe seeing you sweat might be enticing for... Oh, jeez, I fucking hope not. I fucking hope not. Oh, God, nobody wants to see me sweat. Oh, gee whiz. Anyway, guys, I hope you had fun. I did. Hope you had a good time. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I am going to be spending the weekend with some family. Tomorrow is going to be spent with family, eating good food, drinking good drink, getting maybe a little bit drunk, and then passing out and going to sleep. Sunday, I'm going to be going hiking. I'm fucking looking forward to it so much. It's going to be so good. But yeah, I'll be back next week sometime. I will post... It'll probably be on Monday. I will post a little idea of when I'm going to be streaming. Like I say, I'm going to aim to do 3 streams. Maybe I'll get a 4th in there. They'll probably be later streams, so 6 p.m. onwards, most likely GMT. But yeah, other than that, I don't think I've got any news. Oh no, Selby is sad. The moderator, the mod is sad, guys. Everybody, sad faces. No, not sad faces. Happy faces for Selby. Keep Selby happy. Thanks for the stream, you wonderful background noise. Thank you for making me background noise. God, background noise is not even second monitor content, is it? Gee whiz. Either way, guys, until next time, you know what I'm going to say. Of course you do. You know what I'm going to say. Until next time, keep on keeping on. Stay safe, be happy, and of course, guys, goodbye for now. Goodbye.